Pretty good. Yeah, we didn't have any happiness. And all over the country. Anyway.
Thank you. See you later.
Gotcha. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How's that sound?
Sounds all right.
That sounds okay? You sure that's okay? I'll just...
Go, in the rush. Did you? Oh, I enjoyed it. Wife's out. Oh, she says
Beneath our radiant sun cross, we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who come across the seas, we've boundless lakes to share. With courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
All this back there.
Welcome wherever you are to Dial Park Regional Sports Complex, where we have our Anzac game between the Penguin Two Blues and the Ulverstone Robins. And what a fantastic spectacle. Gary Carpenter, President of the NWFL, joining me in the commentary position that we just had with regards to the salute to those that have served, both here and afar. Gary.
Yeah, what a wonderful recognition of our men and women that served in our armed forces and protected us in Australia, Xavier. Beautiful day, absolute peace and quiet. People standing up with their hats off with the national anthem and the ode. You know, it's an absolute wonderful day. Beautiful weather, green grass, no wind. Looking for a great game.
Yeah, slight zephyr. The only slight zephyr. I think it's actually heading towards the Dial Park end, so the Dial regional area. So for those of you that are looking out there, that's where the Ulverstone Robins are at that end of the ground, currently doing their warm-up. Currently the NWFL men's senior ladder after 2 rounds, Gary, with 3 games to Latrobe and also East Devonport, based on the fact that they played their annual Good Friday game in the opening round prior to round number 1. We see Wynyard on top, Devonport in second, Latrobe are third. Got a bit of an update of their game currently. Circular Head are in 4th. Ulverstone are in 5th. Finished 3rd last year. Unlucky not to actually make the grand final. Penguin at the moment are sitting in 6th. So this is going to be a battle royale between the 2 Central Coast teams. Burnie in 7th, and at the moment it is the young East Devonport Swans that are at the bottom of the ladder in 8th place. I'm looking forward to a cracker of a game. This is always a stellar of an occasion, Gary. What are your insights with regards to 2 rounds in of the NWFL season?
Look, actually the ladder is reasonably tight when you look down through, apart from East Devonport, and I think at half-time Burnie was in front of Latrobe, Xavier, so you'll give us an update on that. Wynyard's a big surprise. You know, they might have had an easier run in the first 2 games, but they are a big surprise, sitting at the top of the ladder with 8 coming, Devonport coming in with 8 points in second position. Latrobe also run in, but hit a brick wall last week at Ulverstone, and absolutely did they hit a brick wall. I watched that game, and Latrobe, I think, found out what it's all about here now in the NWFL. This could change pretty quick come today. And I don't know who's going to win between Ulverstone and Penguin, Xavier.
Well, my tip at the moment is I think the Robins are going to get up. And I'd suggest that they're complemented their already strong group with the addition of young Nash. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do here today. And Oliver DePoli will also be the Tasmanian Devils lining up for the Ulverstone Robins here today. Now, 3/4 time, Latrobe versus Burnie. You mentioned they hit a brick wall last week, the Latrobe Demons. Well, I reckon they're playing with the devil at the moment. They are 5 behinds. 5 behinds at 3/4 time. And the Burnie Dockers are 8-10-58. So I'm not exactly sure what's happened, but ever since Brad Cox-Goodyear came out of this side, they're going in reverse, unfortunately, at the minute. Nonetheless, I'm sure that Josh Ponting will be able to right that ship at some stage.
Look, I think Ulverstone exposed them a little bit last week, and as much to say that Ponting and Rushton and Lee had an impact, but the DePoli Q-Banks, the Nashes and the Clements, gee, they made them work hard for their footy. I reckon they went home sore last week and probably still recovering, Xavier Latrobe are. Bernie's exposed that.
They certainly have with their youth and run.
Yep, and I think going forward now we'll probably look at East Devonport, the only club that's not have a win on the board, but they're not far away. They've got 3 wins across their grades so far this year, so they're not far away from a win also.
Yeah, medium to long-term vision with the East Devonport Swans. Just wanted to ask you about one of the old patrons and volunteer that was here at the football club for an extended period of time. A lot of tribute goes towards this particular man on Anzac Day, Mr. Ted Howe. Are you able to give some reference to those that are live streaming the game here between Penguin and the Ulverstone Robins?
Well, a wonderful man, Ted, an absolute gentleman and icon of Penguin. A World War II veteran, lived to nearly 102 years old. I was fortunate enough for Ted to be my first real boss in the life, and Ted was a guy that was probably one of the best mentors and didn't even know he was doing it. He was an incredible man, a kind man. I've never heard him say a bad word about anybody. He had a tough time in the war, come back, wasn't bitter, went to work. He was a road gang boss on the Penguin Council back in our day. That's over 50 years ago, and just a wonderful, wonderful man. Taught you about hard work, taught you about respect, and taught you about appreciation. As I said, he lived to nearly 102. I've got his daughter here today that might come up and say a few words, X, if you want to listen to her later on.
Absolutely.
Ted even retired his lovely wife, suffered MND earlier in life, and looked after her, and then became a passionate person around Penguin. He's a life member of 1963 in Penguin, and as I said, just a stalwart of the club, and never a bad word about anybody.
Hail Ted Howe, and we thank him for what he contributed not only to the Penguin Football Club but to the Central Coast community, and also through his representation as in the Army.
I'll give you a good story about him if we've got a minute, X, while I'm bouncing the ball. Was doing a road up in Rihanna, and a lot of, back 50 years ago, a lot of the work was done by manual, pick and shovel and Maddix, and Ted was a passionate Hawthorn supporter, absolutely loved Hawthorn. And it was a day like today, and we sat down for lunch, 30 minutes for lunch, and you never got a minute over. You was always back at work at 30 minutes. And then we got on to Hawthorn, and all of a sudden Ted looked at the watch and it was 10-1. And I tell you what, was the last time we ever spoke about football at lunchtime. We'd snuck another 20 minutes, which Ted would never do ever again.
Good. Well, that's a great recount of that particular experience, Gary. Thanks for sharing. Looking to the scoreboard, we can see on the Wilson Home Park scoreboard there, it's about to get underway at 4:34. Umpire's got the ball in hand, Cameron Hingston. Kicking to the left of screen will be the Penguin 2 Blues, and to the right of screen, as the freeze goes up, will be Ulverstone Robins. Robins get the ball, lands into the hands of Peters Chapman. He kicks inside forward 50. And no one able to take the mark at the moment. A good spoil there by Clemens. Ball comes free. Flanagan now being brought to ground. He's able to release by hand. Goes out to not to DeGroot. Oh, that's to Nash. Nash, the new recruit for the Robins. Out towards the vice-captain and Blair. Jackson overruns the foot. He dives back on it, but he's been pushed in the back and he received the free kick. Bit hectic early, Gary?
Yes, this will be toe-to-toe right to the end of the line. I'm tipping a draw, which, last year was a point. And Ulverstone can dominate with their pace for a few minutes, and then Penguin will turn it around. So this will go to the wire without any doubt at all, Lex.
Ethan Bond. Oh, hits up a target. That was Plunkett. Plunkett, unfortunately, hands didn't catch it with the 2 minutes. Gave it to Flanagan. Inside 450. Drop mark. Ball comes out towards... I'm not sure who number 17 is.
Lockie Blakemore.
Lockie Blakemore.
Number 1 over there.
No, who's number 17? It's not on the team sheet. So they've made a change.
Cody Bonner.
Cody Bonner. So Cody Bonner received that and then handed it out and over the far side. That looks like Tully O'Neill.
You reckon you got your numbers wrong?
Right.
We'll have to get onto it.
No, Tully O'Neill kicked the football over the far side.
Yes, he did, running down the far wing.
Yep. And anyway, ball in now towards Topoli, cross centre wing position. They move it by hand. Goes it back out towards Clark. Clark inside. Forward 50. Linnane unable to take it cleanly. Good tackle. Good defence there by the Penguin 2 Blues. Started by O'Donnell. Ball comes free. And standing over it and being wrapped up in a tackle was Jackson Blair. Oh, he received the free kick. Didn't see that from the outside umpire. Didn't understand that one. Murphy Cohen was the target, unable to take the mark. Topoli off the ground. Oh! Just to the near side on the left boot. And that's the first score on the Wilson Homes scoreboard. They go one behind the Ulverstone Robins.
You notice kicking to the bowling club end, Ulverstone are, and DePauli Q-Bank started off the same way he started last week. Absolute speed out of the centre and moving forward to be a target down forward at the same time.
So Blakemore now out towards the coach, Jackson. Jackson's foot no good. Goes out towards Bond. Bond's trying to get it back towards the vice-captain there, and Blair comes across the boundary line. We're going to get a boundary throw in. Bit of heat on. Who was number 17 again for the...
Cody Bonner.
Cody Bonner for...
Probably in his second or third year at Penguin, I believe, and ex-West Coaster.
Yes, Cody Bonner. We do have him on the team sheet. I was looking at the wrong one. There you go. Lockie Blakemore. So Blakemore now goes wide. Oh, good hands. Yeah, that was strong. I think that might have been by Good. Might have come into the side. That's Van Essen. Oh, good chipping in. William Flanagan's played that role really well last couple of years, Gary.
He runs off beautifully, Lerm, and he reminds me a bit of a smaller version of Ricky Smith in the old days. Judges the ball and leaves his man.
Jet McGurk, like his father, super laconic. Out towards De Vries, but it beats him over the boundary line, and the free kick will go to the Penguin 2 Blues. They waste no time, all the way down towards the scoreboard side of the ground. Underneath it,
Warwick Purton underneath it.
Mr. Purton. And unfortunately, he was unable to take it cleanly. He's wrapped up in a tackle. We'll have a ball up, centre wing position, far side of the ground. 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. One behind to the Ulverstone Robins, yet to score. The Penguin 2 Blues. Winning it down and getting it out towards Nash was De Vries. And then that's over to Flanagan. Flanagan now up towards half forward. Using his body well was Linane. Hands it over to his teammate in Bond. I think that's Bond. He has a shot on goal, but it's to the near side.
You talk about young McGurk. I remember one day in the Anzac, his father, Chris McGurk, kicked 10 goals at Ulverstone and won the Ted Howe medal. And I wonder whether the young Jet McGurk can do the same today.
In fact, that was Tristan Downer that kicked that point. So that's 2 behinds, the Ulverstone Robins. Looking forward to seeing what Jet can do. I'll tell you what, Mum and Dad have put a bit of heat on him, calling him Jet.
Yes, they have. He's a live wire and he can run. He's a fair bit quicker than his dad, that's for sure.
Indeed he is. Out towards Mitchell, but a free kick's been given away, 50. I'm not sure what for. Cam Hingston.
Either must have been against Jackson. Blair was in earshot of the umpire, I reckon, so it's come from him somewhere.
And that goes to Farrelly. He's a good user of the football for the 2 Blues.
Yes, he is, and got a bit of pace, and they'll need that pace to match Ulverstone today.
Considering they've missed Morrison since he's left, out to Blakemore. Unable to take it cleanly. And he's wrapped up in a tackle. That's going to be holding the football. Surely umpire. Indeed it is. And receiving it will be Nash. He's away. He's had the football, I'd say, half a dozen times already. Goes wide, out towards Topoli. So Topoli now. He has a bounce. Will he go onto his left boot? Yes, he will. Oh, Murphy Cohen gets his hands on it. Around the body. Not a bad snap by the big fella. And that's what he's here for, Gary Carpenter.
Yeah, doesn't miss many. Murphy Cohen, an absolute powerhouse of a human being. And Sam probably played a little bit too far from him. And a missed kick from DePaul allowed him to come into the game when a scrubber along the ground. Murphy Cohen picks it up. Left foot or right foot hook over his left shoulder and straight through the middle. A great start for Ulverstone.
1-2-8, the Ulverstone Robins. Penguin yet to score. They've been inside their forward 50 only once for the 4 times in which Ulverstone have scored 3 times, Gary. So efficiency are key.
And you look down in Penguin's forward line, they've got a new player in there today, and young Bramage has come over from South Australia back for a home game, so they've got to get the ball in long to him early in the day.
Yeah, I'm going to ask about Dill. I was a bit surprised to see him on the team sheet. Little. No, Van Essen out towards Jackson, then coming through. Oh!
I don't know
picked up and thrown was Kilby. He's going to Van Essen's going to receive the free kick, not Kilby. Then we go out towards Jackson. These two are going to have to lift their work rate today in order for Penguin to make sure that they are competitive throughout. Ball gets rushed across the boundary line there by Quayle. Now the captain for the Ulverstone Robins, and will get a boundary throw-in.
So Kilby comes into ruck, I'd say, but look at him. The other hand goes up in shading the eyes. So.
Tell us a little bit about Kilby.
Don't know a lot about him. He's a policeman, so he's moved around the northern state and he's played statewide footy. Hell of a marker, a great solid mark, great user of his hands, as you saw then. He's working down the west coast. He's been positioned down there and he's chose Penguin again as his club of choice this year. That's nearly a goal.
Oh, and Purton hits the woodwork. So that was a terrific mark, and I was actually a bit surprised he actually played on. I thought he might have, with the weather the way it is, just had that shot from about 45 out, Gary.
It's Anzac Day and they want to get up and about, I think, and they're probably soaking up this energy at present.
Great mark on the outer wing there by Cody Bonner. So they bring it back inside forward 50 again. Getting up.
Purton again.
And Warwick Purton has taken the mark.
No.
No, I don't think it is. It's number 38.
Young
is it?
Jordan Glover, one
That's
of the representative players.
So, yes, he's got a bit to prove, Jordan Glover. He hasn't quite made the state 18 squad, so he's one of the last to cut.
Put a lot of work in Xavier to try and get there, and this will do him the world of good playing senior level at the moment to try and refresh his career, but goes off to the left.
And unfortunately, as you mentioned, another behind. So it's two behinds, plays 1-2-8. Advantage to the Robins. They release. Centre wing position. McGurk unable to take the mark. Two good flyers there for the Penguin 2 Blues. They release now by foot to the Robins. Out towards, but unfortunately not finding. I think it might have been Downward out there. No, it might have been Joel Hennessy, actually. Joel Hennessy. He's back from up in Queensland.
And he delayed inclusion into the side then, was he?
No, he's been back for this year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so up playing Quaffle, and now he's back down in northwest Tasmania.
Oh, high flyers there. Look like
McGurk,
a Bond at the back, was it?
Was a Bond, and they release. It comes back towards Flanagan. Is that 50 metres, umpire? Because there's a free kick and it's going to Penguin.
I'd say the umpire's moving away, so yeah, it's 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, a little bit confusing. Not 100% sure.
This is Farrelly. Could have a shot at goal from out there. There's not a lot of wind.
Is he going to hand it off? No, it is Jalen Farrelly. So we'll see what he can do.
Going short.
He has over the top of the MVP. You know what MVP stands for, Gary?
It's something that I never ever got told I was Xavier anyway, I think. But you tell me what you think it is.
Well, it's the most valuable Penguin player.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so there's the MVD, which is Brody Myercheck, and that man that went underneath the football was Zach Myercheck. So he got given that nickname on the weekend.
Right.
MVD, so we thought we might throw it in today. Jace Little, inside forward 50.
Where's Bramage?
Oh, good
Dawson. Dawson was superb last week. He was one of Ulverstone's better players and really stopped the Troves forward's attack.
First time I've seen him, I thought he was actually heading back up to the mainland, Ben Dawson. So
Ulverstone's lucky to have kept him because he was a rock at Gibraltar last week and he's done the same again first up today.
Hazelwood loses the football, Will Dutton, but it's then being chopped off again by the Ulverstone Robins across half back. Not sure who that is.
Out to DePoli.
But it goes out to DePoli. 2 plays 8. Advantage to the Robins by 1 straight goal. 1-2 to 2 behinds. Blair across the body. He's asking Bond to do a bit of work. He's up to the task. He's got Clemens available. Is he going to use him? No, he's not quick enough. His kick's then smothered. That's by Glover. Well done, young man. He goes out wide.
Tom Searle.
Good, yeah, great tackle. That was well applied. Could have been straight into his back. The young Hazelwood there shifted his momentum backwards, Gary. I thought that was terrific.
It was a great tackle and a good result for both clubs there. It forced the ball up right basically on centre wing.
Right in front of the grandstand. Advantage Penguin fire the tip. Yep, comes out to Blakemore. Taken in a tackle by Hazelwood, but he gets his kick away. And there he is, the MVP. He's dropped the sitter, but I think he's given away the free kick to Flanagan. Yep. So Flanagan by hand. Oh, geez, he's dicing with death there. They're going to have to go wide. Hennessy, and he got caught in the tackle. Great pressure. Need to score.
Glover again. Great pressure from the young fella on the forward line, Xavier. And there's some free kicks being given away down there by the Penguin forwards. I think they've got to change their style of play.
Certainly do. In fact, I'm not sure whether that is Glover. I think that might be Plunkett. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, it is Plunkett. Oh, he lays back on it. Man, that's a bad miss.
Especially when there's no wind at all, really, to take that ball away.
Now, this could actually affect their morale as time ticks on, because Ulverstone won't relent on the pressure.
Here they go again, the runners of Ulverstone.
Over to Clemens. That's a poor kick, though. And taking the mark is O'Donnell, former Bernie Docker, premiership player with the Bernie Dockers.
Yes. And you notice how clogged the forward line is here. Ulverstone's only got 1 inside the forward 50 and only 1 inside the centre.
Lowered the eyes. Tommy Searle, good kick. Is a good kick. Yeah, up towards the centre.
Oh, great mark.
Oh, not paid to Zach Myercheck. Ball comes to ground. Goes past Quayle. Bends down. Searle. Good tackle. Also applied was Plunkett. It's taken there by Van Essen. Gives it over to the big fella in Bramage. And Bramage's kick across the body has been taken on the last line of defence by Ben Dawson. Good there by the Robins, Gary.
Yeah, really good again. And Dawson plays inside that 10-yard square, doesn't get sucked in up the ground, and is always safe back there.
Ball in the hands of number 7.
Justin Clark.
Clark.
Oh, he's got it again.
57. There we go. And that's,
he's caught.
That's O'Donnell. Farrelly. Van Essen. Farrelly again by hand. They're working their way through it. Back to Farrelly. Steps 1, steps 2. Takes his time. Measures the kick. Will it get there?
Marked on the line or over the line, or
it's a goal.
What a great goal. That would rank as one of the goals of the day so far this year, the way he worked and followed that ball down line. Linked up really, really well, Penguin there with a handball, and kept pushing forward. Players kept pushing forward to give that option, and Farrelly finishes up with a great goal.
1-3-7. 1-3-7. One goals 3-9. Plays 1-2-8. And guess who's got the advantage now, Gary?
Yeah. It's early in the day, Xavier. I think there's a long way to go, isn't there?
Yes, it certainly is. Certainly is, and we look forward to seeing what can come of this contest here at Dial Park.
Blakemore looks like Blakemore's going. No. Parsons is in the ruck. Blakemore comes off the bench and goes back into the centre. So they're sticking with pace and a little bit of height.
So good. Parsons, Tommy.
Good ruck work. Bryce DeVries.
Yeah, it was. He's actually been the dominant man in there, to be honest.
Yes.
So far. So this would be good for Tommy Parsons. But Tommy, has he given away the free kick? I think he has, just by sheer size there. DeVries using his body. So he wheels onto that left boot, the trusty left boot, and finds.
Beautiful left foot pass.
Geez, I've seen that before. Jet McGurk. Out wide to Lanane. And the little sneaky tip rat.
Yep. He snuck up last week and kicked 3 goals against Latrobe there and was a power forward. The little small forwards absolutely dominated their section last week. There's some interest in this game. It's pretty tight, and I don't know whether they can fight it out right to the last quarter. We'll see what it changes in the next quarter, Xavier.
So Lanane now. Not a fair angle. And he'll be kicking from just inside forward 50, but no wind to speak of. He wheels around to the right. He's a good exponent. And I think he might have just gone to the left. Has it hit the woodwork? Just to the left of the main goal post. And that's one behind. So it's 1-3-9 apiece. We've played 15 minutes into the first quarter.
Farrelly to bring the ball in. And he goes to the far wing again. Good grab.
That is a good mark. Yes, by Cody Bonner.
One thing about today, they are using all the ground. They've been across in front of the grandstand here a little bit, Xavier. They are prepared to change angles and move the shape of the game, so which is great to see. It's not all on one side.
No, much better there by Penguin, considering last time we saw it. That's a good effort, considering how much pressure he was under, was Jackson. Unfortunately, though, the kick goes awry and he turns it over. So they bring the footy back in again to the Robins. Lanane again is the target, but there's Bonner that's standing in his way.
He's intercepting extremely well for the first 15 minutes today. That might be his 3rd or 4th mark.
Here they go again to spread the field. They've got some shape, taking some ground, and holding possession, which frustrates the opposition. Yep. So Farrelly goes back towards Wilson Holmes. Scoreboard.
Free kick.
Yep, and that'll be going to Blakemore. So Tommy Parsons was looking for the free kick, but it's got to go to Blakemore. Blakemore on the far side of the ground. He's going to kick towards Myercheck. Nice ball, his teammate in front. And coming away with the football now, that looks like that might be DePoli. And he goes wide, and he's found... Blair.
Out of bounds.
It's gone out of bounds. So out of bounds, and Penguin will have the opportunity to bring the footy back in.
They're slowing the pace of the game down, I think, now, Xavier. They've sort of realised that they need to use the ball a little bit better. Drop mark. On long. Have we got a mark there again?
Yeah, I think so. Or is it a free kick? No, the mark, I think, has been paid. It might be, isn't this Joel O'Donnell?
Oh, gee, it couldn't see.
It's a bit hard to see from this angle. from where we are.
Dawson again standing up, so they've got to find another way of getting that ball into those key forwards.
Out to Bond. Bond now working grandstand side of the ground. That's good, smart use of the football. Nash. That's a poor kick. He's looking for DeVries. Chipping in there was O'Neill. He's been wrapped up in a tackle. That might be holding the football umpire.
He's gone, spun around that opportunity.
He has indeed. And he might be a bit hurt. Is that a knee, maybe?
Either that or a hit of the head on the ground. And it's knocked the wind out of him. It's knocked something out of him. It'll take a bit of time.
They've called for time off. And Big Braden DeVries comes to the... Not Braden, my apologies.
Bryce
DeVries comes to the boundary. And he's been replaced there by...
Looks like an ankle with O'Neill. Seen some ankles today, Xavier, here at the game of football today through the Development League. I think 3 or 4 players have left the field today with leg injuries, which is sad. And this is a sad thing on an Anzac Day to be hobbling off the ground with 17 minutes into the first quarter.
Stops too, also the momentum the Penguin have got at the moment.
Yep.
And they've been super competitive.
Get him to the ground, tape him up, back out.
That's it. Put him in the old hands of Ted Howe.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be back on by now.
Yeah, would have ripped those nails into it, no doubt about that. Oh, that was interesting. That was DeVries. Jonty. Gone wide. Finds his target. That might be Clemens. Far side.
Yep.
Wing. So Clemens. He's looking for McGurk. That's a good kick.
Oh, beautiful kick.
Oh, almost a good mark. Had to sort of stand. They feed the footy back out. Purton intercepts. Gets boot the ball. But again, they chop in to the Robins. They kick inside 450. There's the tip rat. Look at him.
Yeah.
After the football he was. Doesn't quite able to get his mitts on it. And away goes DeVries again up. Unable to take the mark. Good front and centre. There by Hazelwood.
Good pressure.
Over to Nash. DeVries taps it further afield. They go by hand again. But they lose the football. And out it comes now. Back towards Nash. Good intercept. Applied by Hennessy. And the ball lands in the hands of DePoli.
He just gets on his own, this young fella. Pushes forward after out of the contest and absolutely finds space. And they use him beautifully, DePoli.
They certainly do. Jake Kilby there standing strong. Murphy Cohen letting him know he was there. And he gets the free kick. Parsons unable to take the mark. Or was that Little? Been pushed in the back. That's Jace Little. And he'll receive the free kick.
Looks like young Hudson Guard's running with DePoli, and he's going to have to try and tighten up on him a little bit, I believe.
Well, he's got a reasonable tank to Poli, so good luck, Mr. Guard.
Only in for his 3rd game of senior footy, I would think and believe, so it's a great experience today.
Certainly is. That'll be a step up. DeVries, shot on goal to the near side. And that was Braden, and that goes 3 for 1 behind. But they take the lead, 1-4-10, the Ulverstone Robins. Penguin, 1-3-9, coming up to the 20.5-minute mark.
Ulverstone look a little bit more settled when they do go forward. They're not frightened of a pinged goal from 40-odd metres out. And that'll come off eventually, and they'll get them through the main sticks.
Grandstand side they come.
Oh,
He's unable to hold the football. Number 30, who's that? Number 19. So that's Taj Lilico coming across from Devonport. A couple of boys come across from Devonport.
Yeah,
for more senior opportunity, Gary.
Yes, recruited really well. A soft free kick there. It was stupid to give that away. Hang on, I've gone the other way round. Yeah, Ulverstone have recruited really well, extremely well, and given some young'uns an opportunity. A player down in the square for Ulverstone looks like...
that's the tip rat. He's not happy.
He's limping.
Yeah, so something went on there. He's come off second best. Jet McGurk, I actually thought that was a bit of a bump ball, to be honest.
Yep.
But nonetheless, he's been paid the mark.
He's got the ball and he's lining up. Let's see if he can do the same that his father would have done.
That's right. We're right behind him here at the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex, Wilson Holmes Park for the Penguin 2 Blues. Jet McGurk.
Straight through the middle. And the crowd comes alive. They love it. I can see his mum sitting down here in front of us. She's up and about, and I tell you, it brings back a little bit of these of yesteryear with the way he kicked that footy. Straight. You can hear it outside.
Look at Dad, though, on the boundary.
Didn't show any emotion at all, did he?
Not at all. Expectation, though. Reasonably high, one would imagine. 2-4-6, the Ulverstone Robins. 2-4-16, the Ulverstone Robins. 1-3-9, 22 minutes gone in the first quarter. And I'd say
Doesn't look too happy.
the scoreboard actually reflects where we're at with regards to the team that has had more possession.
Mickey Lenane looks very disappointed walking across in front of us, Xavier. It might be a game-ending injury there.
Yeah, he does. He's got his head in his hands, hasn't he? So
Again, another leg injury.
yeah, Bramage gets the ball down. They're able to take advantage of it, the Penguin 2 Blues. Wrapped up in a tackle by Nash. And that was Blakemore. He got a ball up. Middle of the ground. To Polly. Inside forward 50.
Oh.
Good use of the body on Little by McGurk, and able to take the mark. Did all the heavy lifting. Oh, but he follows it back up. Feigns a handball, gets his boot to ball, and it's going to come off here, I think.
Off the side of his boot was nearly caught, was a little bit slow in his decision making, but a mistake landed in the hands of Ethan Clemens.
Young Clemens.
You line up, it's only probably 30 metres out.
I don't think that is Ethan Clemens. Ethan Clemens, my understanding, is playing today for Tasmania up in Sydney. So I'm not exactly sure who that is that's been brought in, because Ethan doesn't have a sleeve like a young man does. That's a good kick, but again, it's just to the near side. So another behind. I'm just wondering whether it could be Ty Nolan.
I thought he was in the development league today earlier.
Maybe Declan Slater, but we'll find out. We'll catch up with that.
Oh,
Dawson up from full back. That's a good mark. Yeah, so this is a trimmed down version too of Dawson. That kick's come off. He was actually looking for downward, and lands in the hands of Nash. Oh yes. So Nash kicking. McGurk, the target. Might be Big Nelson Cruz. I'm looking at.
yes,
Jet McGurk kicks inside forward 50. No one able to take the mark. Front and centre. It's not a bad looking kick across the body. Great goal. Great front and centre. And guess what? That's young Downward, Tristan Downward, and he gets his first. And this is in the red time of the first quarter here at Dial Park.
it's them loose balls inside their forward 50 at this red time. It really does hurt your momentum on the Penguin team, and it's you've got to be a little bit meaner and keener to stop that ball and kill that ball, because it was a loose ball, picked it up by Downward, the ex-East Devonport player, and slotted through a beautiful goal.
3-5-23 the Ulverstone Robins, so the 25-minute mark. Penguin 1-3-9. Ball up. Cruz. Beats Parsons. No one able to clear. Handball comes out to Jackson. He's quick by hands. He goes further afield. Out towards Dutton. Dutton gets it on to his teammate Van Essen. Inside forward 50. Unable to take the mark with Searle. Ball comes to ground. Robins get a loose boot to it. I think that might have been Clemens. Ball just kept in there by Bond. Clemens dives on it, and across the boundary line we will have a boundary thrown.
25-minute mark. It won't go much longer, I don't think. We might get another couple of minutes. There's an opportunity for Penguin to pick a goal up late in the quarter, and they need to do that to get back some ascendancy in this game. 8
scoring shots to 4. 1-3-9 the Penguin 2 Blues.
What have we found? Whistles are blowing.
3-5-23. We're going to get a boundary throw-in.
Coming in off the boundary line.
And Miss Eichberger. Emily Eichberger, the boundary umpire. Para-athlete. Runs in the TAL. Ball down. Jumping over the top of it was Carmichael Peters Chapman. Ball comes out. He's walked straight into that. That was a good effort there applied by Hennessy.
Incredible pressure from the Ulverstone defence there, and wanted to kill that footy to stop any chance of Penguin kicking a late goal. This is the pressure they're bringing to the game at the moment.
Cruz, ball down.
High.
And umpire says no. Not high. And we'll go again. This time down to Blakemore. Quick boot. Bond goes wide, wastes no time. Centre wing position, grandstand side of the ground. Not in the back umpire.
Another ball up fair in
Downward.
front of the interchange box.
And we'll have another ball up. Getting it down this time was Parsons. DeVries overruns the footy, getting his boot to ball. There was Dutton. Ball inside 450, but again, it's trimmed, slimmed. Benny Dawson takes another good intercept mark, Gary.
Incredible the way he's playing at the moment. Some real desire to cut that ball off and marking. One grab marks. Unbelievable for a backman at present.
Out to Poley. He was looking for, and unfortunately not quite finding his teammate.
Penguin have really got to address a quarter time, Xavier, the way they're putting that ball into that forward line, or Dawson's going to have a field day.
Indeed they are. Good pressure applied there by DeVries. Penguin are up to the challenge though. Handball back out. Parsons unable to take it cleanly. Was he taken without the football? No, says the umpire. Running into a heap of robin's nest. It was Van Essen, and they release. Ball bounces over the top of DeVries, and Little cleans up thoroughly. Penguins' most prominent player. That's a good bump. Kick though by McDonald, not a good one. Not to the advantage of, but one of his teammates is going to receive the free kick, I think.
Free kick to Van Essen over the shoulder. It was probably a little bit unlucky, but
I think so. He plays on.
Guard runs in his road.
Kicks towards the top of the goal square. It's 2-on-1. Kilby. Here comes Myercheck. Dives on top of the football. And applies a tackle. And a quarter time we see Penguin 1-3-9 in arrears of the Ulverstone Robins 3-5-23. Our goal kickers for the Penguin 2 Blues, the sole goal kicker was Jalen Farrelly, even though we had Warwick Purton, Connor Plunkett and also Jordan Glover have great opportunities. Unfortunately, they didn't capitalise, but for the Ulverstone men, they had quite a few. So 8 in total, but 3 of those were capitalised upon by Jet McGurk, Luke Murphy-Cohen and Tristan Downward. For a quick synopsis of quarter number 1 from Wilson Holmes Park here at Penguin. Obviously the Ulverstone Robins 3-5-23 leading the Penguin 2 Blues 1-3-9. Gary Carpenter.
Great start to the first quarter by Ulverstone. Xavier, to have 8 shots on goal, and some of those shots using their initiative and having a poke at the goal from 40 metres out, realising they never had a tall option to put that ball into. I think Murphy-Cohen's been well held at present, but they're making up for their little forwards. I'd say Penguins had as many chances, but they're letting themselves down with the disposal into that forward structure of theirs. I think they're relying on Bramage and Kilby and Coe and Myercheck to try and outmark 2 or 3. But Dawson's in unbelievable form. Great work through the midfield by both sides. I think they're pretty even between the 50s. It's the value of that football going into that forward structure where they can actually score from.
There we go. Quick synopsis from Gary Carpenter. We're going to take a quick break. Very shortly we're going to have a chat with the president of the Ulverstone Robins, Mr. Scott Pearce. Welcome back to AFL Tas live stream from Wilson Homes Park here at the Dole Park Regional Sports Complex, where we see the Penguin 2 Blues at home are currently in arrears of the Ulverstone Robins. So we have the Robins 3-5-23, leading Penguin 1-3-9. Joining me, as I mentioned before, is the president of the Ulverstone Robins, Mr. Scott Pearce. And Scotty, I want to talk to you about the medal that will be given to the best player for the Ulverstone Robins here today between the Penguin 2 Blues and the Ulverstone Robins on the Anzac Day.
No worries, Dave. Good to be here. The Bruce Pearson Medal. It's named after an ex-premiership player. It served in the Second World War, I believe, for us. The Pearson name is very synonymous with the Ulverstone Football Club. His son, Lee Pearson, is a member of our 76ers, the state champions back in 76. So Lee played over 200 games maybe for Ulverstone. Played in probably a couple of premierships. Lee's sons both played. Joe Pearson played in flag. You'd know Joe probably.
Yeah, I know Adam and Joe.
And I reckon Adam did too. I'm not 100% sure. So, over the journey, the Pearson name is, well represented in finals and plenty of football for the Ulverstone Football Club. So, hence, it's been named that since the inception, and very happy and proud to have it.
And how does the club go about with regards to voting on that particular award, so the Pearson Medal today?
Yeah, that'd be, I suppose Brian will come over and ask our coaching staff. They'll get together, come up with the name, and that's how it'll get done. I think that's the best way to do it. Obviously players have got different roles. Sometimes it's not always the bloke that gets on the end of it, so with the coaching staff being able to, get together, get their heads together and work out who's the best player, it just suits that way, I think.
Just quickly, with regards to your recruiting this year, you haven't really lost anyone, but you've added some valuable players with some youth as well as some senior experience to the side. Yeah,
it's been, we lost one player, Eli Blizzard, and then he came back last week, so he's back. So I don't think I can remember a year when we haven't lost a player, basically, from our list. So, like I said, we've recruited a few. We're a bit disappointed 6'7" Ruckman didn't walk into the club at some stage.
You haven't spoken to your son?
No, he's got a few more years on a few more dollars, I reckon, at the moment before he comes back and plays with us. But other than that, it's really good. The blokes that we've got in are quality footballers, quality people. The boys, this is the first game I've seen this year, been away. So, pretty impressive so far. So hopefully they can keep that going for the rest of the game.
Classic day here at Penguin, Central Coast lighting it up, also known as the Sunshine Coast. What would you say with regards to some of the players that could possibly make the NWFL representative side out of Ulverstone?
Well, you'd like to think there's a heap of them, but we'd be hoping to have half a dozen at least of them. Pretty young Bondi out the front here at the moment, Bowen Clements. There's heaps of them in the team, heaps of young blokes too, which is a good thing, and I think that's what will be good for the NWFL to have, some good young kids, plenty of pace, and that's probably the way we're playing at the moment, get the ball and move it on pretty quick, so hopefully some of our boys can get a mention.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time. All the best with regards to the Pearson Medal today, and all the best for the 2026 season in the NWFL.
No worries, Dave, anytime.
Scotty Pearce there, the president of the Ulverstone Robins, making his time available to have a chat with us here on the AFL Tas live stream. And it's great to hear, Gary, that the Ulverstone Football Club are also acknowledging their past players that have gone on and done service in the military for us as a country.
Yeah, and it is, and the Pearson family is really synonymous right through Central Coast, and it's great to see that there's still generations coming through and playing sport and being involved in football and different sports. I noticed on the boundary line of Mickey Lanena a while ago, Xavier was trying to warm up and do a bit of stretching. I don't know whether you'll get back or not today.
Well, he's standing there at the moment. He doesn't have any gear on to keep himself warm, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Great mark.
Good mark, Jet McGurk, and he hits up Luke Murphy-Cohen.
Beautiful football, and that's the pace that Scott was just talking about, moving the ball, young legs, good skill level, and playing out in front and coming to accept the footy. Murphy-Cohen lining up. He's probably only 30 metres out on a slight angle. I don't see this as much of an issue for Murphy-Cohen.
No, not name plugger for nothing. So we'll see what he can do here, and we might give you some updates with regards to some scores around the grounds. So Luke Murphy-Cohen, already got one to his name. Right
Straight
down a
through.
second. One in the first and one in the second. They move to 4-5-29. They lead by 20 points over the Penguin 2 Blues, 1-3-9.
Straight through the middle. Beautiful, powerful kick, the drop punt. Tremendous exponent of that drop punt. Unbelievable to watch and see in action. And I saw him kick one last year off the 50-metre line at West Park on the roadside wing going against the wind, Xavier. He's a powerhouse down in the leg department and moving that ball forward.
Certainly is. Got some full-time scores from the Latrobe football ground.
Got an upset, have we?
Not quite, but they did come back. So Latrobe Demons kicked 5-3 in that final quarter to end up with 5-8-38. Bernie Dockers, though, had already put the score on the board. They kicked 1 goal too, and they had 9-12-66. So a good win there for a young and up-and-coming Andy Lee side from the Bernie district.
This is an incredible effort from Bernie to come up against such a formidable team at the moment, Latrobe, and it'd be great to watch that. I reckon Logan Ulverstone might have had a fair influx on that game over there. The tall ruckman, a mark right on the line. No, it's out of bounds.
I would have thought you'd give that to Searle, but no, must have juggled it. No, they're going to have a chat. So we're going to see. So Tommy Searle was saying that he'd marked the football.
He believes he was inside the line.
So it will be a boundary throw-in. So boundary throw-in. Game at Girdleston Park, end of the first half. We see Devonport 6-11-47, East Devonport yet to score.
Well, that shows that East Devonport are playing a pretty defensive side, and that's the issue with East at the moment. They can hold a club down or a side down for a little while and they can't kick a score themselves, but they've been having a fair dinkum crack at Devonport, their city cousins up there.
Absolutely. Last year one would have thought that would have been almost out to
150 points by now.
Yeah, that's right. So another ball up right in front of us here. Kilby. Oh, there's a throw out the back there, I thought, by Blakemore.
The old tunnel ball stuff.
And back towards Kilby. And we're going to get a boundary throw-in. Came off Bond.
Sometimes they've probably got to whip these handballs out longer and wider at these crowded places like this and take the game on a little bit and take a chance of getting out in the open. DeVries and Kilby. Boundary throw-in.
So Eichberger.
Good position in DeVries.
Indeed. Blakemore.
The energy that's zapping out of the players on these consistent ball-ups and boundary throw-ins in this area in front of the grandstand. Another good palm out. Comes out to Myercheck. He moves the ball on to Bonner. Bonner goes long, looking down the field. Bramage, a tour opportunity. Misses the ball. No small forwards there to cover up. Rolls out to the side, and away go Ulverstone. Flanagan going down the far wing, heading towards the scoreboard. A beautiful clearing kick to a one-on-one. Jackson Blair stands up in front. Drops the mark, but plays well. No, Penguin have come back through Farrelly.
And that's a great hit up.
Now this needs to be a goal. They're going forward in the right fashion. Needs to... Oh, gee.
Dylan Bramage should have possibly had the opportunity to kick on goal there. Tried to move it on, tried to be unselfish, but chipping in. Young Bowie Clements just getting that fist on the last line of defence.
Beautiful defensive work. Reading the play, coming off a player and going in and punching the ball out of bounds.
So boundary throw-in will result. Ball deep inside. Penguin 2 Blues. Forward 50. Cruz versus Bramage. Bramage gets the ball down. Comes out to Pert, he turns one way,
Check
turns
side.
the other. Yeah, check size. Not a bad looking
That's a great goal.
There's a goal of the week.
That's a great goal from Pert. Made something out of nothing there to come out. He's gone hard up onto the boundary line and check side the ball. Lucky there's no breeze and it's gone through an Xavier. That'll get up on the film, I reckon. This goal of the day probably are out throughout our Anzac Day games. So it'll be interesting to see that when it plays back out.
Absolutely. That was magnificent. He went right and then feigned, went round onto his left. And on the tightest of angles, he threw it across his non-dominant side. And with that left boot, he's done the Boonana or the check side.
Tully O'Neill goes back on the ground. Meyer check off for a spell.
And brings them back to within 14 points. 2-3-15 the Penguin 2 Blues. Ulverstone Robbins 4-5-29. We've played just over 6 minutes into the second term. Again, Blakemore gets it out off Kilby from the centre square. Inside forward 50. Searle gets his handball away. Unable to take it. Unfortunately with Glover. He applies a tackle. Ball hasn't gone anywhere. Still at centre forward for the 2 Blues. Good punch.
Oh.
There by Bond, and also, that might have been Lillico. Yep. They're able to get it forward. Good mark in front. That's got to go to Kelly. There's no doubt about it. Advantage paid Umpire says, and it goes inside forward 50. There he is, Plugger. Falls over. Jeez, I tell you, he still gets his hands to it. Good defence. Though being applied there by the Penguin 2 Blues, and they're going to get away here. By hands, good hands again by Jackson. They knock it forward.
Going. Shepherded well.
Right, lands in the hands of McDonald. He comes back. Oh, good bump. Glover goes wide.
Into Dutton.
Dutton now. Great smother.
Defence.
That's the captain. That's the Anzac spirit. Good mark going back with the fly to the football was Kelly. Hits up Plugger. Murphy Cohen. Wheels onto that right boot. Has he put it to the advantage of his teammate? He has. What a beautiful kick, Gary Carpenter.
Beautiful kick, beautiful play, and Mickey Linane goes back on the ground. What unbelievable pressure here from the Ulverstone defence, and the continuation of not wanting to give that ball up and get it back. And that's a little bit different at the moment. I think Penguin's going okay up there. Just that extra pressure from Ulverstone was unbelievable here fair in front of us, Xavier. It shows you that speed and the will to want to win the game of football.
Jet McGurk. That's his second.
Is he on his way to a 10-goal haul? I wonder.
It might be a little bit early.
I wonder whether Dad's prepared to give up the mantle and give it to his young fella. Maybe. He's not moving. No emotion from the old fella down there on the bench, and I think he's the forward coach at present. So there'd be a little bit of a tear in his eye, I reckon, that some of this stuff is coming to fruition the way he's coaching this forward half.
2-3-15, the Penguin 2 Blues, 5-5-35. Ulverstone Robins back out to a 20-point margin in favour of the Ulverstone Robins. We are now almost 8.5 minutes into the second term. Just a quick update out at Circular Head. The Wynyard Cats lead them 3-9-27. Saints 1-3-9. That's at quarter time, Gary.
Yeah, it'll be interesting down there. I think Smithton can get home, but Wynyard are absolutely steaming along at the start of the season. It's incredible the way they're going, which is congratulations to them. Had a tough start to the year.
So Blakemore on top of the football. Is that over the shoulder umpire? They're not in position to see. And they will go again with another ball up in the centre of the ground. That's a good punch there by Kilby. Forward, centre half. Glover.
Option here somewhere.
Dutton. Van Essen. Oh, that's got to be holding the ball. He took him on not once, but he took him on twice.
Players wide, loose.
No,
it's called back.
It's got to come back to the person who applied the tackle, so that comes back to Hennessy. So Hennessy.
So Nash comes back again.
Yep. And he goes back to Nash. Come on, boys.
Dear,
Pick him up. Oh, that's too easy.
Yes, too easy. Pressure from Penguin. That's lacking there.
That's right. They're up half forward already. That's a push in the back by Little. And the free kick being given to McGurk.
Oh, what's he going to do with he's looking for? Mickey Linane's back on the ground.
A tip rat. Goes for the mark. Oh, good pick up there by Blair. Has he gone across the body?
He's got a goal, same as last week. There's
another one. Wow.
Seeing some skill level here today from these sides and these players. That was an incredible goal on his left foot, deep in the pocket in front of the car park down there, and put it straight through the middle. This would be exciting for those goal umpires. They've got to do some work today.
They certainly do, and that's going to those two goals, Warwick Burton and now Jackson Blair. That'll be up on the
AFL Premier League goal of the year. I reckon nomination coming back to the NWFL, and we'll judge that at the end of the year, Xavier. That could be a nomination for sure.
Well, it'll definitely be on the Instagram socials for AFL Tas or Premier Leagues on the Instagram. 6-5-41, the Ulverstone Robins through the vice-captain there, Jackson Blair. Mind you, that was on his dominant side, as opposed to Warwick Burton on his non-dominant. So 6-5-41, the Ulverstone Robins. They lead the Penguin 2 Blues 2-3-15.
This centre line work of Ulverstone and their pressure across the middle and pressure across half-back is incredible, and is choking Penguin. Same again.
Absolutely. Good pressure being applied there by Hazelwood. Cross half back, another good tackle, but they're able to release. Comes out to Glover. Glover inside forward 50. Parsons was the target.
He's got a goal this.
He has a shot on goal as Glover. This time, though, he is to the near side, and it goes through for another behind.
Penguin's got to get more run out of Carmichael, Peters, Chapman and these young ones. Glover, Guard, Dutton, they've got to be the ones down and in and under for the football. So that's what the Ulverstone boys are doing. They've got to match them.
Braden DeVries heads out towards Blair. And centre wing position, far side of the ground. And it comes off the players. They're contested, and we're going to get a boundary throw in. So 6-5-41, the Robins at the 11.5 minute mark, leading the Penguin 2 Blues 2-3-15, quarter number 2.
Highly contested game, Xavier, but Penguins just not making any ground on that scoreboard, and they've got to continue to push that ball out and take this game on and put Ulverstone under some pressure. Make Ulverstone panic a little bit and make sure there's pressure on that forward. Penguins backmen have got to really come to the fore and through this midfield.
So Penguin, Jackson, is that a free kick?
Yeah, he tripped, was he?
I think it is, and he's going to receive it.
Lights are coming on. We're heading into a beautiful autumn evening.
Nice little bit of dew.
Oh, beautiful
pass.
pass.
The grass for the women's game a bit later on. They've released it by hand.
This is what Penguin's doing in the first quarter, throwing it out and releasing on into Purton. Chest mark. Putting that ball out, taking the game on, making your players run, making your players be accountable to be up the ground to receive the football. That's exactly what that was, and now we need Purton to kick a goal to bring some life back into this game for Penguin.
Good kick there by Carmichael Peters-Chapman to the advantage of Warwick Purton. Good use of the body. And now he's got the opportunity. But this time he can kick with his dominant side. Let's see what he can do. He's hit the woodwork.
And he didn't use any check side kicks or boomerangs or banana kicks. Xavier went for the traditional drop punt and hit the post.
So 1 goal 2 to Warwick Purton.
Dawson again. Choke him up. They have done here. Ulverstone's in a bit of strife here. Penguin has caused a turnover and a boundary throw in.
Bit of indecision.
Yes.
You can see the brains trust down here. I'll tell you what, it's a pretty well assembled coaching staff. You've got Troy Davies, David Bell, Marcus Topman, Chris McGurk.
They don't show a lot of emotion, do they, between them?
No.
They're a metre apart in case the arms get swinging if the pressure really comes on, I think.
Well, there's some playing experience amongst those boys. All across the ground too.
Yeah.
Front to back.
Opportunity. Drops a mark.
Unfortunately, was that Mitchell or Guard?
Guard, I'd say it was, the way he's moving, or Dutton, I think. Parsons.
Up and down. Ball, goes to ground. Quayle.
Quick hands.
The football. Myercheck, the MVP. Kick goes back towards the top of the goal square. There's Dawson there first. Under pressure there by Purton. Purton wins the footy. His handball, though, goes awry. From Flanagan. By hand to Dawson. Dawson tries to get Nash.
And puts it out of bounds.
And he puts it out of bounds on the full, it looks like.
Is
it outside the 50?
Must have been outside the 50. Well intercepted there by Flanagan again.
Yeah, Dutton unable to take the mark. So now they release by Hazelwood. Over towards De Vries, the big fella. So that's Bryce. Ball goes by hand. Ends up, though, with Penguin. They release through McDonald and company. And they're going towards half forward. Robinson, Rappel, Flanagan, Blair, De Vries, the big fella. His kick smothered. They get it back. I think that's through Nash. Back to De Vries.
Leading up players. Easy.
And then there's Downward. So Downward goes by hand. They look to run the football to Poley. He was thinking about Nash. Goes to De Vries. Back to Nash. Nash. And that Plugger. McGurk. Is that a free kick?
Someone's given a free kick. I don't know who.
And it looks like it was against Murphy Cohen. And he's going to receive the free kick. So I'm just trying to pick up the player that's playing against
Sammy
him.
Mitchell, I'd say, would be on Murphy Cohen.
Yep, spot on, Gary. Number 48.
I reckon it was a bit of 50-50 down there. One pulling the other, and a switch one the umpire sees on the split second when he turns around. Penguin have got to put pressure on this ball carrier. Down through the middle of the ground, Xavier. They are absolutely being touched up through there.
Yep, they certainly are. And this is going to be another nail in the coffin. And they're going to have their tails up with people like Luke Murphy-Cohen with 3 goals to their name as they come towards half-time. Mind you, we're only done 16 minutes, Gary, of the second term.
They could finish up Ulverstone the way they're going, and this ball getting out on its own, the way it's moving, Ulverstone could finish up with 10 goals by half-time. And that would absolutely take the sting out of Penguin. They've got to bounce back. They've really got to put some pressure on. When they haven't got the footy, they've got to work extremely hard to create that stoppage and win that ball back.
Murphy-Cohen, 3 goals to his name, McGurk 2. So the forwards are doing their work. They're out to a 31-point margin, 7-5-47. The Robins, Penguin 2 Blues 2-4-16. Ball back into the middle. Parsons over the top. He's got a good leap, the young man.
Yep.
There's Blakemore doing his utmost. But the kick is just sort of an up and down. It's
yep.
a bit of a hope more than with Will attached to it. Unfortunately, they're not up to the
Quick
skill
hands.
component.
Yep.
That's great hands. Oh, look
Oh,
at that by
DePaul.
DePaul. That was class.
Down.
Gets it out towards downward. There he is
Unbelievable,
again.
yep.
Beautiful kick there by the young man. And there, the coaching personnel all took their hands out of their pockets and applauded.
I think they appreciated that, and they're looking around with a smile on their face, and that was just class going down through there. Being first to the footy, being clean hands, pace, and that finishing kick into the big fella is absolutely silver service for Luke Murphy-Cohen at present.
He's going to have 4 at half time, maybe even a handful. If they continue on their merry way.
Oh, he's put that off.
Oh, he has too. Crikey,
Here we
that's
are.
a bad miss.
We've been building him up, and he misses the sitter.
So 3 goals, 1. For Cohen, 48 plays, 16, 32 points to margin, 7.5 minutes into the first term. They go wide with the kick out. That's a poor display of skill by Foot. And unfortunately, unable to take the ball there was Bonner.
Penguin are making some mistakes, Xavier, not under pressure. In the first quarter, they was good. They was moving the footy on, and they was pretty clean with the ball, but all of a sudden, a bit of tiring, and they're starting to make a few classic school errors.
Blair on top of the pack. Applying pressure for the Robins. Going to keep the ball inside his defensive forward 50. So good defence by the vice-captain. Get another stoppage. Parsons down to Vries by hand to McGurk. McGurk across to
Saved on the line
Lenane with the tip rat.
by Mitchell.
Unfortunately. Yeah, but a good mark right on the last line of defence there by young Mitchell for Penguin. It's gone wide. Can't quite pick up who that player is over there.
Be Farrelly by the look of the kick and the white boots, I'd say, but he's put it straight into the arms of Ulverstone and McGurk. But he drops a sitter also. It might be getting a bit hard to see just at this transition of lights.
Absolutely. They feed it back though. Now it comes back towards Blakemore. Not dealt with lightly.
Well done, Tully O'Neill.
They, look at their hands. They're just so much slicker, aren't they?
Yep.
Ulverstone compared to Penguin. Oh, good putting your body on the line there was young Hazelwood, I think, for...
Looks like Hazelwood.
Yeah,
Zach, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, their handballs are going out 4 or 5 metres and going with speed. And it's allowing those players, the Ulverstone players with pace, to get on the end of them handballs.
Good work there by Blair. Crossed the body, those being chopped off there by Peters Chapman. So Peters Chapman's kick comes back. Unable to take mark was Nash. Ball comes to ground. Bramich gets it wide. Then they feed it by hands. I think that goes to
Tully O'Neill dropped that.
Tully O'Neill. Dropped that. Came from Tommy Parsons. Ball back. Here they go again. Through the services of downward. He gets it further afield. He's been held with not holding. Not having his hands on the football. That's Hennessy. So he's going to receive the free kicks and are forward.
20 minutes into the second quarter, and it's really been dominated by Ulverstone at the moment. That's probably the worst kick we've seen by Ulverstone at present. Nothing against Hennessy, but it just went off the side of the boot and didn't find its target. And they haven't done that very often.
It's interesting, Gary. I notice as the years go on, players really struggle to kick over the man on the mark.
Is it probably now we got the stand rule, we've forgotten how to do it?
Possibly, yeah.
We think we can run around to the side. I don't know. Don't play it. Couldn't kick the ball anyway, Xavier.
McGurk was just, the hit up there was exactly towards the player with the football, and he just couldn't kick over the man on the mark, and that was Hennessy. He's usually a reasonable exponent by foot. Ball comes out towards centre wing position. Tommy Parsons is there for Penguin. He loses the football, gets knocked forward. Ricochets out. It looks like it might come to Blakemore. Tommy Parsons again. He gets it wide. There's Van Essen. Oh, that's a poor kick.
Yeah. Dutton there was out in the open. It was 2-on-1 and the kick was terrible.
So Peters Chapman's got a bit of work to do. He's up to the task, but he loses it this time against Blair. Blair follows back up, comes back out to Peters Chapman. Now they go back towards Farrelly.
Good grab. Good grab.
Is that Glover?
Yes, that's Glover, the young fellow. It was good work there by Peters Chapman down there and good following on and backing up and a great mark. He's put it into
Well, it's landed in the hands of Tommy Parsons. I think he was a bit as surprised as what we were, Gary.
It should happen.
That's a great kick,
mark.
and Tommy Searle will have a shot on goal. So that's a good kick by the young gentleman who's playing in the ruck, number 64, Tommy Parsons. He's got a great leap on him.
Unbelievable. I think he's going to be a quality player in the future, and he's only played 2 or 3 years at Penguin, come across from Ulverstone as a junior into the underage, and is absolutely a standout. And that left foot we notice the left footers are really hitting their targets, even through Ulverstone and Penguin. They do hit their targets really well. Let's see if Searle can put this through the middle.
With Tommy Searle. Wobbles, lays back, and that's horrendous.
Hits the point post, and he's kicked a few goals the last few weeks, and he's got to make the most of his opportunities.
Wow, that's wow. I'm not really sure what I can say with regards to that. Hold the football still over your kicking leg, son.
They're holding it up, Ulverstone. They're trying to take the ball back to the far side of the ground. Look for Dawson over there. He's outmarked. No, play on.
Chipping in, I think, was that Peters Chapman?
I reckon it
or
was.
Plunkett?
Oh, he's got a free kick. Nope.
No. Ball up. So that was Plunkett. Yep. So good effort there by the young man. Oh, going up with Clemens. Unable to take it out. Here comes De Vries coming through. That's Braden. They knock it forward. That's the one thing I've noticed with regards to their run. They're taking ground. Oh, Flanagan almost takes an absolute ripper, laying on his back. Ball goes towards the ground.
They just want to push it forward, don't they, and take that ground, get it away from that Penguin forward zone, and they do it with pace and just absolutely determination.
Yeah, and that puts a lot of perceived pressure on the opposition because they're taking ground.
Yep.
This time they go inside forward 50 again with an up and under kick, so it's out of hope from Van Essen. Myercheck gets his hands to it. It comes back to Myercheck.
Now it's got to be a goal.
Tommy Searle across the body with the bounce. Goal. And it's a much-needed one. And Tommy Searle kicks his first of the game. Butters up after that horrendous shot on goal about a minute ago. So they move to 3-4-22 to the Penguin 2 Blues. They're still quite significantly in arrears of the Ulverstone Robins who are dominating the quarter.
Yeah. Myercheck was in a packed situation there and went up, and Bramage come up over the back and brought the ball to the ground, and it was a great handball coming out to Searle. And settled, didn't panic, and put the ball across his body and dribbled it through. Up until now, we probably would have thought that would have went for a point, Xavier, but it's gone straight for the middle. That might bring him a bit of confidence to come back and get up and get running around and push this ball out. Parsons, Glover are going okay. I think they're really competing for their age, is sort of standing out.
26 points the difference. 3-4-22, the Penguin 2 Blues, 7-6-48. They needed that one. Did the 2 Blues, a bit like Gold Coast, as they were coming in towards half-time against the rampaging Hawks down at Launceston. So good contest on our hands here. Blair wheels onto his left boot. Oh, in front, unable to take it was the tip rat, and they release to Penguin. They go wide. That's a good kick.
Glover again.
There he is. He's been prominent across half forward. His kick is not quite to the advantage of Bramage. Oh, Kilby, I should say. Bramage. Yep. He gives it up to Jackson. Jackson loses the football. Out to Bond. Then we go back to Clark. Clark's kick over the top of his teammate's hand, but he follows back up. So that was downward. He gets the footy forward. There's the big fella. So Murphy Cohen kicks the ball off the ground. That's just smart football. There's the tip rat.
It's up for the runners.
He's after the football. He doesn't get there, though. Beaten to it again. Great defence by the Penguin 2 Blues. Who's playing on the tip rat? Gary?
Oh, I can't pick him up from here, but I reckon it's probably Farrelly, I would say, at the moment.
Well, he's doing a tremendous job.
He might be a little bit sore, though, Mickey, because he did get that knock or twist that leg earlier in the game.
So Farrelly's kick almost to centre wing. Who is it again? Young Glover. Wastes no time. But his kick's not quite to the advantage.
Oh, well done, Dawson.
Bramage,
played in front.
Yeah, at least he competes. So Dawson wins the footy, though. Comes back to Hennessy by hand. Short kick. Oh, De Vries. Great mark.
Eyes on the ball.
Yeah, Bryce De Vries hands it over to his brother. Braden, inside forward 50. Murphy Cohen wheels one way, goes the other. Great kick to the top of the goal square. The advantage of his teammate in McGurk. Unable to take the mark under some severe pressure. They go...
smothered.
The handball was smothered. They try to get it back. They're going to release his Penguin on the last line of defence, but the kick might be intercepted. Not quite. Ball to ground. Blair by hand. He can see Anesta Robbins. Clark, one of those. He goes back towards the centre square. He spent it before he had it. That was De Vries, I think. It comes back to Hennessy. He goes wide to Bond. Good kick. And that's a good relieving kick. And it hits the... Is that the tip rat? No, it's not. It's number 32.
It's Downward.
That's Tristan Downward. One goal, one to his name. Not sure he's got the distance in him, Gary.
It will be. He's nearly right on 50. He'll kick from 50. Great bit of pressure there from Penguin. Turned the tide there a little bit. It was just an unlucky get out of claws by Ulverstone. Got that ball back. But the game has picked up a little bit in the last couple of minutes.
Certainly has. Good fist by the two Blues, and they're going to relieve by hand here. They step one way, step the other, and that was Van Essen. He goes wide, inboard. They come wide with the kick, and a good mark taken by Peters Chapman. I like the cut of his jib, Gary.
Yeah, he's a good boy, and I think he's got a big future on the coast in coastal footy, and hopefully he'll stay at Penguin or find his way into the VFL side.
Through the hands of Parsons, goes to Flanagan. Flanagan tries to go to Bond. They take it away through Parsons. It's in the path of the most valuable player for Penguin, and that's Myercheck. But up to the task was Clemens. He got taken away afterwards. He's not happy with it too, and he's having a crack at Glover. And it might be on there. Ball's going to be coming back in through the services of Blakemore. That parts them.
He's in front.
The ball goes to ground. Surely it's a free kick to Myercheck, the umpire. They both had their eyes for the football. He looks at the umpire and says, hang on, how about a free kick? Cam Hinkson says, no, give it to me. We'll have a ball up. Deep inside the forward 50 for the Penguin Two Blues.
Pulls the dreadlocks back off the forehead, Myercheck does.
Bit of fire in the belly of the Two Blues at the moment. A free kick's been given away. It's going to go to Bramage. And the big fella.
Hasn't had a big influence on the game so far, Xavier? No, it's not.
Is it Kilby?
No.
64.
It's Parsons, isn't it?
No. I don't know who that is. Well, it could be Tommy Parsons.
Tommy Parsons, orange boots.
There you
go. He doesn't give it enough.
It is Tommy Parsons, and he's missed.
Tried to nurse it through. A bit on here.
So there's a bit of a fire in the belly of the Penguin Two Blues. He misses what could have been a momentum slinger.
Yes.
And there's the half-time siren. So it's 3-5-23.
The last 5 or 10 minutes of this quarter, Xavier, Penguin really put the pressure back on, and so I think they're showing themselves that they can do it and they can lift their work rate up. We're in for a great half, the last half of footy here at Wilson Homes Park, Dial Park. It's going to be a cracker. It'll be a bit hard to see, but I think the players are up there. A couple of players I think are nullifying one another out there, Xavier, is Braden de Vries and Van Essen. We haven't seen much of them, and I think they're probably playing on one another in the midfield, and the world could open up. If Braden de Vries gets up and gets about, Ulverston's forward structure could open up with a power of goals, and the same for Van Essen. Great ball winners, the pair of them, and they probably need to become more vigorous and part of the game.
13 goal shots to 8. So the Ulverston Robins have been much more productive in front of goal as well as their opportunities. However, in saying that, Penguin have had real opportunities, Gary, significant scoring opportunities to maximise their entries inside forward 50, and they just haven't capitalised. If they'd done that, I'd suggest they might even be leading this particular game.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think it's really hurting them, the fact that they've put these tall players there along with Myercheck, and it's not working as much as it should, and you don't really look at the forward structure. You look at the way that ball's been delivered in there. Is there another option from the small forward? Peters Chapman hasn't got on the end of any goals so far, and he should be capable of kicking 3 or 4 goals, running through this ground and creating an option, become a DePauli Q-Bank type player, and given that option up there, get out on your own, put some pedal on, get some space. So I think they need some small forwards to really stand up. Dutton kicked 4 goals last week. Needs to stand up now, I reckon, and kick a couple of goals this coming quarter.
Looking forward to it in the second half. Just after we take a break, we will come back and Gary will give us a little bit of a synopsis of what's coming up with regards to the women's game here. So an improved Ulverston Robins women's outfit versus our runners-up from last year, the Penguin Two Blues, who have got a number of Devils players, as well as one, I think, that might be, or maybe 2 might be lining up for the Ulverston Robins today. Goal kickers for the Penguin men at half-time. So 1 each to Jalen Farrelly, Warwick Purton and Tommy Searle. So Purton and Searle were in the second quarter. For the Ulverston men, we have 3 to Murphy Cohen with 2 in the second quarter, 2 to Jet McGurk, 1 to Jackson Blair and 1 to Tristan Downward. We're going to take a break here from Wilson Homes Park at the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. 7-6-48, the Ulverston Robins lead the Penguin Two Blues 3-6-24. We'll be back shortly to give a synopsis of the upcoming women's NWFL game here at Wilson Homes Park between the Ulverston Robins and the Penguin Two Blues. Welcome back to AFL Tas live stream from Wilson Homes Park here at the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex, where we see Penguin 3-6-24 in arrears of Ulverstone Robbins 7-6-48. Robbins kicking to the right of screen inside forward 50, and that's a good mark taken there by, I'm 100% sure.
Searle again, I think it is, and was knocked out beautifully out of the centre by Parsons.
So Tommy Searle, well done by the young man Parsons.
It's getting a little bit on that change of the day to night, Xavier, so every minute will get better.
So Tommy Searle need the good start. His kick has been marked right on the line too by the Ulverstone defence.
In Dawson by again.
So they go wide. So they're going to go scoreboard side of the ground and keep possession.
Hang on.
Oh, there's a siren again. What's that about?
We've got the siren going again. Must be on automatic mode tonight, Xavier, I reckon.
So, not 100% sure what's going on.
Someone leaned on the button, I reckon. Ball up.
So, comes back down.
Purton.
Out wide. Release. By foot across the body.
Need a mark here. Penguin or snap on goal.
And they've got the snap on goal. I think that was Myercheck. And that goes through for one behind. So Zachy Myercheck, that's his first score of the day.
I reckon that was Kilby that had that shot at goal and not probably Searle before. Looking at the white boots out there, Xavier, looks like Kilby's gone into the full forward position.
It's in the hands now of Downward. They release towards centre of the ground. That's a great mark. He's been strong across half forward. There's a siren again. I wonder what's going on out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming through our volume here, but we'll sort that out very shortly. I think that as
we're getting some feedback.
we are, we'll sort that out. I'll let Gary just
goes on to Jackson onto his left. He slips it along the ground to Kilby. Is he good enough to pick it up? No, it comes into a pack situation again, and this is where we've got to get it out, Penguin. Push it out, get it out to that opportunity for those runners to come in and have a snap at goal. But they've elected to go for a ball up. 20 metres out from the Penguin end. Kilby, good palm out of his right arm over his shoulder. And another ball up. Got to get some value out of this. Ulverstone absolutely desperate here in creating these stoppages. Kilby again on his own, down to Myercheck. Myercheck doesn't pick it up. It goes out to Ulverstone. Looks like Nash out there and puts it out to the far flank. It's a one-on-one. They're on the ground, and it's very hard to see. Another Ulverstone player comes in. Penguin also on another ball up. Ruck contest, De Vries. Parsons. Gets shot out. Purton's been beat with pace. Ulverstone bring it back out through the middle. Goes straight into the dead centre. Looks like it's Hazelwood. Oh, it's beautiful. Downward picked it up beautifully. Turns around. Now it's Braden De Vries. He runs on. Flips it out. They're going into open goal. Beautiful bit of football. I'm not sure number 14's kicked that. That is... Let me have a look. I think it was 14. Turn around, son. Was it Ollie or Nash? Just winning the ball deep in Penguins forward. Transition perfect. Running into goal. Open shot on goal and put it through from 40 metres out. When Ulverstone get the opportunity, they're really making Penguin pay. It's really hurting Penguin. And the ability to make the most of their opportunities, Penguin tonight, is not with it.
8-6-50 for the Ulverstone Robins. They extend that lead by 29 points over the Penguin Two Blues, 3-7-25. Some scores at half-time. Some of the other games. At Smithton, we've got 2-4-16, the Saints. They're in arrears of the Wynyard Cats, 6-13-49. And at Devonport, it's 9-15-69. The Magpies leading East Devonport at Girdleston Park yet to score.
Power running of DePauli Qbank there out of the midfield. That's a
great tackle there by Jackson. They're going to release from Van Essen out to Little. Good pressure there by McGurk. Affects the kick. Good tap on by Purton. Oh, that's deemed to be a throw.
Oh, dear.
Disappointing.
Move it on quick, Ulverstone, but straight to a Penguin player sitting back there 15 metres outside the 10-yard square. Moves it to Van Essen. Van Essen to Jackson, coming to the grandstand wing. Oh, Glover again. He's taken some beautiful marks tonight. He plays on straight away. Let's see where these big fellas are now. No, Clark's in, not Clark. DeVries was in front. And again, Ulverstone repel.
They get the handball in towards the centre. It comes towards number 25. That's Todman. Todman's kick unable to be taken effectively there by number 5. That would have been Nash. I think it actually might have been DeVries. So 15. They release to Penguin. They come back through the services of Glover, and then it gets to Searle. So Searle, good mark. Contested mark at half forward. He kicks about 25 metres out. Ball holds up in the air and allows the Ulverstone Robins to make sure they get a fist in, and that they do. They come back towards Topoli Kubnak. Good courage. He follows up with the handball. They knock it forward. They take ground. There's DeVries again. He feigns a handball. Gives it back towards Topoli. Loses the football. Purton picks it up. Gives it to Jackson. Throws it on the boot. Bit of a Hail Mary. Goes towards grass. Out they go. Overrunning the football there was Clemens. Stepping back in was Penguin. He's having a shot on goal. It's gone over the top of the back of the pack in towards the goal square. They turn. They feed it out.
Onto your boot.
Good pressure by the Ulverstone Robins, and away they go.
Unbelievable pressure there from Ulverstone. They again take it out to the far wing.
So far wing now. They've heard a chain of handballs. Now by foot. They're coming towards Blair. Is he up to the task? He's unable to take the mark. Good pressure being applied there by O'Donnell. He follows up with the kick. Goes wide. Down the scoreboard side. Ball goes to ground. No one able to take it cleanly. Comes back out to Purton. He feeds a handball back in. They feed another handball. They are able to get a clean passage. Here, unfortunately not. No one able to clear the football. Comes back to Purton. His kick's been smothered. Great defensive pressure. The real Anzac Spirits throwing Gary Carpenter between the two combatants. The Robins versus the two Blues. They step inside. Good kick by Topoli.
Strong
Hits
mark.
up.
McGurk, strong mark.
It is McGurk. And McGurk will be kicking from around about 50 metres out, heading towards the Bowls Club end to the right of your screen.
Looks like DeVries has got off the leash a bit, and he's sort of roaming around through midfield into centre half forward. He'll want to take some watching, otherwise he could cut loose.
It's not a bad looking kick, but it's just not going to quite make the distance on the last line of defence.
I imagine Troy'd be disappointed with that, Xavier. Nobody there to contest that.
Yeah, Van Essen out towards Plunkett. Plunkett's kick. It's a poor one. Clemens tries to pick it up. Tackle when he's not in possession. Still knocks the ball back towards Bond. It's taken by two Blues across the line, and a good tackle. We'll get a boundary throw in. It is...
hello, we got a little bit of... couple of players are not quite happy with one another, Xavier. This is a great game, though.
Yeah, Bo Clemens showing his physical presence. It is a good game. It's a good contest, and it's come off the boot, unfortunately, of the two Blues.
Yeah.
And a free kick is going to be going to Ulverstone.
Into Ethan Bond. Hello, what's the call? It's outside the 50. It should be last kick, I would believe. The lasso rule should take precedence here.
Yeah, one would imagine it would be. That goal kicker before, was that Nash? I think it was Nash.
Probably was, I would think.
Bo Nash. So Ethan Bond.
Told to kick it long.
He does. Murphy Cohen in position, using his strength. Trying to get his hands on it as a tip rat. Oh, look at his guile by foot. But Penguin are up to the task, and they release through Dutton. Dutton's kick. Clemens.
In the back.
Good contest there with Glover. Goes back after the football.
Well smothered.
Great smother there by the two Blues on Hazelwood. Flanagan feeds it back to Bond. Bond under pressure by Dutton. And good kick, finding a teammate. That might be Cruz, the big fella. Oh, that's a poor kick. They're going to release here, the Penguin two Blues. So there's the pressure gone. Parsons is on if he's quick. Purton.
Well done, Purton.
Unable to take it cleanly. That's the one thing that they lack here at Penguin at the moment is clean ball use.
Got it out.
Parsons. Across the body on the check side. Inside they go with the two Blues. I think that might have been through Plunkett. Unfortunately, they're able to relieve the Ulverstone Robins. Great defensive efforts by both teams, Gary.
It's incredible, the defence of both teams. And Plunkett probably had a little bit more time there, but panicked a bit and went on the check side on the right boot. Probably could have run away from him.
Great mark there at centre wing by the Robins. They try to feed it by hand to move it quickly. Not sure exactly who it is, but he's lost possession and Penguin are able to turn it over. They waste no time. Back towards Purton. Purton's unable to take the mark. Ball's then repelled by the Robins on the far side of the ground. The kick goes wide, and we're going to get the lasso rule, and it'll be a free kick to the two Blues.
Purton's given them a bit of a focal point up there at the moment, Xavier, but he's not getting a lot of support.
No, that's true. Absolutely, and that's something that they need as they go forward again. Oh, it's the teammates spoil each other. Ball goes to ground. Great defensive efforts. Great willingness by both teams. And they will get another ball up inside the forward 50 for the Penguin 2 Blues. Come to 10.5 minutes. It's 3-7-25. The 2 Blues trailing the Ulverstone Robins by 29 points, 8-6-54. Ball goes nowhere from the stoppage. We're going to get a repeat.
It's a great contest here at the moment. The score probably doesn't reflect the intensity from both teams. It's just one side's making the most of their scoring opportunities and the other one's letting it slip back out.
Robins. Try to feed it out by hand. Comes off the 2 Blues by foot. Outside the arc, so the lasso rule. So the Ulverstone Robins will take possession of the football. Again, they go down the scoreboard side. No one able to take the mark. Just trying to get meterage. Both sides. Counter attacks. Away they go. 2 Blues inside forward 50. Long shot on goal. To the advantage. Searle's unable to take the mark. Good fist. And it's a rush behind for the 2 Blues.
And you saw the speed that Dawson got back there to help his teammate out in that contest there when Searle finished up 1-on-2. So Penguin have got to be quicker going into that drop of that ball.
They certainly do. And that's what the Robins are pursuing at the moment. It's like they've been listening to Gary Carpenter. He went down like he was shot. Was Topoli. Clark.
Well done, Farrelly.
Picks up, and that's a great kick. He's unorthodox, but he's hit plugger. It was leading straight at him.
He's a real goal, Justin Clark, an absolute warhorse for the Ulverstone Footy Club. Plays anywhere and everywhere for him. A great exponent of club footy. Justin Clark would do anything for the Ulverstone Robins.
We're right behind him. Luke Murphy-Cohen kicking for his 4th. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. So 3 goals, 1 to his name. Had 3 shots on goal in that second term. For 2 goals, 1. Almost bet your house on it. But it stays to the near side. So 3 goals, 2.
The arms went up before it went across the line, knowing he's filling his position in for the kick out. It could be costly. I don't know whether Penguin can get back from here, but they are certainly having a crack. They've lifted the tempo. They need a little bit of luck. They need a bit of luck when they're in front of goal and get a couple of goals on end, and it could change the complexity of this game.
McGurk applying some pressure, but Penguin up to the task, and he's given away 50 metres according to the umpire.
Must have knocked the ball out of his hands by the look of it from here, Rex. I think it's one of those things that's crucial.
So, half forward now for the 2 Blues.
That would be Purton, I would say.
Just underneath the flight of the football and unable to take it cleanly. So we're going to get a ball up. Half forward. Grab scoreboard side of the ground.
Can't see it's come out. Penguin shoots it forward again. Again, it just doesn't land where this player, Zach Myercheck, leading to the race of the ball. Oh, nearly could have got a free kick there with a trip. Puts an underhand handball in off the ground. No, look, it's just not luck. It's not going their way tonight.
Absolutely not. Going right across the face of goal. That was a kick off the ground there by Peters Chapman. So the handball came by the MVP. And that being most valuable Penguin. Well, it should be TB, MVTB. 2 Blue.
One thing about Myercheck, he'll always give you the contest down there, and was a champion player back at Penguin in the 2011 time period.
Just got great agility. It's hand-eye. He can do a salsa inside the phone booth. He's unbelievable.
Was one of the best players going around in that era, and unfortunately a knee injury cut his career a little bit short, but has found his way back to playing competitive footy again now.
Well, of the 3 boys, I reckon he was the most talented across a number of modalities.
Yep.
That handball there was to no one in particular by the Ulverstone ruckman, and that was deemed to be deliberate, so we're going to get a free kick, and I just need to try and work out who that is. So give me a moment.
This is Cody Bond. No. It's too dark deep in that corner for us to pick up. What's he going to go? Is he going to go a traditional drop punt? Well, Lex is looking through the binoculars to see him.
He's gone with the check side.
Oh, dear. And it's out of bounds on the full.
Out on the full. Still can't pick up who it is. It's dark. I mean, there's a light over there, but we just cannot see for the life of us who that is. Anyway, nonetheless, they've gone to half forward. Marked there by, is that the big Cruz?
I reckon.
De Vries.
De Vries.
Yeah, so De Vries has got the ball in hand.
Beautiful on kick.
Yeah, beautiful on kick. Oh, he's found his brother. So, again, by foot, further afield, half forward, and then...
That's his brother.
Yeah. So it's like they were triplets. Yeah. And it comes out to Hennessy. He's having a shot on goal. And there's class.
Yep.
That's class.
Kick long to position, taking it on normally against the grain of the game, not a short game, going a long game, marking position players, accepting that kick coming to him, marking the footy, handballing it out at the wrong time. Great goal. You can't say much more than that, Xavier. It's a great goal, a great sort of discipline of what to do when you're under pressure.
Absolutely, Gary, and that's the thing. So just if you can be clean in this competition, you will have an advantage over your opposition.
Yep.
Very simple. You don't need the fitness or anything along those lines. If you are clean, you have the advantage because you can possess the football and frustrate the living daylights out of your opposition. And nonetheless, in saying that, they've been super competitive, Penguin, in this second half, but their endeavour hasn't resulted in anything on the scoreboard. Yep. So 9-7-61 the Robins, 3-8-26 the Two Blues. We go back inside the forward 50. McGurk for the Robins. The ball's fed out there to Todman. Todman goes, releases it back. They kick inside forward 50. Oh, good mark.
Good mark.
Taking a juggle on the second attempt as he was going to ground.
Is that Nash or DePauli?
No, it is, I think it's number 31. So that's Jordan Kelly.
Yep.
If I remember correctly. He's got the tats on.
Oh, that's the one we couldn't pick up in the first half.
That's it. So Jordan Kelly goes round the corner. I think he might have gone across the face. He has. And that is one behind.
Ulverstone, the swing and the change is making sure they give their players enough rest to finish this game off because in reality there's not a lot of difference in the talent running around out here in the ground.
So ball's been released there by Farrelly.
Oh, went through Searle's
hands, but he follows up. Releases it by hand, tries to get it back. Hazel was Topoli's up to the task. Gets it to Bond by hand. They go back inboard to De Vries. De Vries to Nash. Nash goes back to Flanagan. Flanagan then works out what he's going to do with it. He kicks forward, but standing in the way, taking good mark. Oh, it must have been touched off the boot.
Touched off the boot.
Ethan Jackson. Yep. So he absorbed the physical contest and will have a ball up half forward for the Penguin Two Blues. Ulverstone Robins.
Oh,
so De Vries. Ball comes out to Nash. Nash by foot. Good contest there by De Vries. That was Braden variety. Oh, the kick there. Boy, that's opportunistic downward, and that's his second for the game. And so he's kicked 2 goals, one in the first and one in the third. That was smart by the young man. Great front and centre work, Gary.
Yep, seen some great goals tonight, and he's making the most of his opportunities. And as a forward, when you don't get a chance to run through the midfield and further back, you might only get 3 opportunities in a night, and you want to make the most of them. And Downwood's doing that tonight. It was a great snap, great route of the play. Yeah, just a little bit above Penguin at present.
10-8-68, the Ulverstone Robins. They extend that lead out now to 7 goals. 3-8-26, the Penguin Two Blues. We are 19 minutes into the third quarter. Time is the enemy of the Penguin Two Blues, Gary Carpenter.
Yeah, De Vries has gone to full forward. Murphy Cohen's moved out a little bit closer to the 50-metre line. They're changing their structure up a bit. McGurk sitting in between all of them inside the arc. This is looking dangerous. DePauli again.
So good work there by the Ulverstone Robins. Smart tries to get it to the advantage of Bond. Unfortunately, it's been chopped off there by the Two Blues. So that was Van Essen. Van Essen hands it back to his teammate, Darren McDonald, who loses the football. They're able to pick it back up. That was through the services of number 49, Mr. Guard, but his handball goes awry, and that put Blake under a bit of pressure, and he's now given away a 50-metre penalty, and here we go.
Right in the midfield will take him right in the goal kicking, and I was wrong. It was Nash that brought the ball out to DiPoli, and DiPoli's done the hard work and been rewarded with a 50-metre with frustration shown by Blakemore. Puts him right into a kicking distance.
So that's the last thing the two Blues need. And this young man, he's on the VFL list, the men's senior list, looking for an opportunity when it presents. He's doing pretty well at the moment.
I would think he's a start-up for our rep side in a few weeks' time, Xavier. He's just incredible, his form. I know we're only a few weeks in, and his form is just unbelievable at present.
So, Oliver DiPoli.
Oh, he's missed.
That's a poor attempt at goal. And it was the way in which he released the football. Yep. It came onto his instep. And that's his second behind for the game. Away go the two Blues, wasting no time, trying to make the most of what they have left in this third term in order to have some momentum to stabilise at three-quarter time. Over the football there was Kilby. I would have thought that might have been just taking his legs out. But no, says the umpire, Jordan Glover, who's been in and under all through tonight.
Both sides are still going flat out of this game. It's dark. It'd be a bit hard to see up there, but they're not giving up. They're having a real crack at the ball when it's on the ground.
The endeavour is excellent.
Well done, Jackson.
Leading from the front is Ethan Jackson. He's heading there towards the big fella. Unfortunately, he's unable to take it. There goes to Myercheck. Myercheck's kick was to the advantage of Purton, but Purton wasn't able to take it. Flanagan gets back, gets his handball wide. They're going to release here the Robbins. Good Shepherd put on there by Quayle. Big DeVries comes through. The big fella, number 29. That might be Bryce. It was with the fist. Ball comes down to Van Essen. Van Essen's kicks a hope up towards centre half forward. There's no one there. They're going to mop up the Robbins. But they're not clean. Opportune avails for the Penguin 2 Blues. Are they up to the task? It comes up to Myercheck. He does a check side. But guess what? There's someone standing on the last line of defence, Gary Carpenter.
Yeah, look, it was great defence here from Bowen Clemens, and it's just one after the other. Mistake, and Myercheck nearly run into the umpire. Couldn't see the footy. Didn't get a straight, clean run at the ball. Goes out deep.
Yeah, so they're out across half-back now on the far side. And so Hennessy kicks the ball. Centre wing position. Oh, that's a good mark. Who's that? That's a strong mark.
No, it's not Jackson.
It's Chase Little. He's going back with the flight of the football.
Could be. Yeah, no, great mark.
Van Essen, I think it was. Yep. It's the captain. So Van Essen finds Farrelly, and that's a poor kick. Goes to Jackson, who's dropped the football because he's palmed one off and then walked straight into a tackle. Loses it. So, and again, they're not happy. There's a bit going on, and there goes Hennessy now. Away he goes. So that's Quayle that was getting in there. So that's the captain, just standing up for his teammates. They feed it out to Topoli. He goes further afield, gives it to Bond, I think it might have been. Having a shot on goal.
Bond or McGurk.
McGurk maybe, and it's behind. I think it might have been McGurk.
Yes, here's Bond here marking the kick in.
So it was McGurk.
So Bond, no, he's going to take it into inboard and line up.
Topoli, is it?
Nash.
No, Nash. So Nash has now got the opportunity to effectively seal the deal with really no hope of the Penguin 2 Blues making their way back.
27-minute mark, we'll leave the clock over 28. If this does go through, it's going to be a tough last quarter.
So Nash from 50. Hasn't quite got the distance. Ball comes to ground. Look at the tip rat after it. Away he goes. Great tackle being applied there by Penguin. And the result will be a ball up.
McGurk's been pretty instrumental in holding the footy in. He was in there amongst that.
It might have been young Mitchell with the tackle. Does he not have the football? Has it gone out of bounds?
Out of bounds, the call. Another ball up. A throw in.
So boundary throw in.
I thought I said the 28-minute mark. So 24, Xavier. We've got
24. Yeah, we've got another few minutes to
to
go.
yet. There could be a goal or two scored yet.
De Vries getting it down into the path of downward. Yep. They released Penguin out to Blakemore. Blakemore to Little. Little's kick under pressure. It's been chopped off there by Hennessy. Yeah, that kick's a bit of a up and under, but they do have the numbers to Penguin. Ball comes to ground. There's Mitchell, not clean. Must be getting a little bit dewy out there. McGurk applying some pressure. There's the tip rat. He applies the tackle, and the recipient of the mark was Nash. Nash inboard towards Bond. Good pressure. Well done there by Farrelly. Ball comes wide. Here goes Jackson. He wheels around on his left boot. It's a hope. Unfortunately, it's not to the favour of his teammate, but Perkins up to the task. He kicks the ball in towards the centre of the ground. Here they go. MVTB. That be Zach Mychak. He goes wide. Is that Dill Bramage out there?
Dill Bramage, I'd say, out there.
Yep, and so Dill Bramage will have a shot now just inside the forward 50 on around about a 45-degree angle.
That was great play and created by Farrelly with the running through for the defensive work of the footy, and continued on and give Jackson the opportunity to kick the ball to him. And it moved with good footwork, good skill level, and it's landed in. Shot for goal from Bramage. And it's a goal.
It's a goal. It's just got there. So well done to Dylan Bramage, and well done to the two Blues. Being able just to hold a little bit of momentum back as they come into the three-quarter time break.
So Farrelly's been pretty good running through and using the ball, and we need to do more of that. Penguin do. Every player's got to be part of this. If Penguin wants to get up off the carpet here, everybody's got to be pushing that ball forward and running to that contest and pushing it. Keep pushing it out. Keep sharing the footy. Bring your teammates into play. 38
points of the margin, 10-10-70. The Ulverstone Robins 4-8-32. The Penguin 2 Blues. It's not insurmountable, but you need someone Nick Dacos like. Is that the 666 warning been given there to Penguin 2 Blues?
He'll be running to the centre and have to come back out.
So Parsons up.
Bramage.
No, it's actually Bramage. Bramage follows up off the ground. It's 1-on-2 here.
Good pace.
Good pressure applied by the Penguin 2 Blues. Go the ball though, Geordie Glover. He doesn't. So Bond gets the ball back. Oh, he just steps inside. Who's that? De Vries, is it?
Just casual, confident.
Oh no, big Cruz, big Nels. Then they go further forward by Downward. Downward finds De Vries. So Braden variety. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. Murphy Cohen, big plugger.
They're responding to everything Penguin does and throws at them with just beautiful skill, exceptionally teamwork, knowing where one another's running to and where to put the football to. And most of their goal-kicking opportunities have come one-on-one in clean air. It's very hard to defend the way that ball's moving into their Ulverstone forward line. We'll see what he does.
Absolutely. 3 goals to his name, 3 goals too. 1 behind this quarter. Murphy Cohen.
Oh, this looks straight.
They went straight over the hey diddle.
Yeah. And they run to him. They know this probably will put them into a place where Penguin won't come back at them, and they're pretty safe, I think, going into the last quarter. It's just these goals late in the quarters, all the way through the game. It keeps the momentum on Ulverstone's terms and puts pressure right onto Penguin to try and bounce back. And they've got to find a way to keep themselves in the game and make sure they have winners at the end of the last quarter.
11-10-76, the Ulverstone Robins back out to a 42-point margin against the Penguin 2 Blues for 8-32. We are 28, or almost 29-minute mark of the third term. Crew's beaten there by Kilby into the middle this time.
No support for Penguin.
They're able to get it forward through Nash, kicking it off the ground. That's a good mark, going back with the flight of the football. That might have been young Bonner.
Yep. Been a handy player for him, X.
That's a good kick, but unfortunately he was going to Kilby. It was 1-on-4. Didn't kill the football, so the decision wasn't great, but the execution of the actual kick wasn't bad. Nonetheless, they are able to hold the ball, centre of the field, just to the advantage of the 2 Blues.
They need to hold it in, Penguin, and don't let Ulverstone out to get through to that third quarter.
Ball up and under. Towards centre half forward. Big fist by the Robins. Gets knocked forward by foot by the Two Blues. And it's out off the Robins, and the free kick will be going to the Two Blues. Dylan Bramwich wants it, but he's not going to receive it. And it might be Kilby that kicks the ball in.
Oh,
That's a good mark. Oh, 2 grabs at the cherry.
He's pleading for it.
No. And Clark was saying, I didn't do anything. So, boundary throw in. Almost to the moon and back, that one.
Deep in the forward pocket. Want to snap out of here.
And they release by foot. Contest. Standing tall was Kilby. Doesn't take the mark. Ball goes to ground. They dive on top of it. It's not going anywhere. There's still a bit of spice in this, Gary.
Yep, there is. Yeah, they're not going to give in any either side here, but they want to be careful because Ulverstone's got a commanding lead, and it's not worth a report at this stage of the game when they are so far in front, and the same for Penguin. Get the footy.
So Jake de Groot wanted to go on with it there.
DeVries.
Get your hands on the pill, Jake. Ball goes inside forward 50, and guess whose hands it is in? Big plugger, Luke Murphy-Cowan, who in fact at half-time had a good chat to the players out on the field. What would he have been saying? He's a playing assistant coach too, isn't he, Gary?
Yes, he is, and it's probably the way, the delivery of the ball, and even though he was getting 3 or 4 marks, they just keep pushing it in, keep using what you're doing, keep doing what you've been doing. Don't change. We'll deliver for you if you get it up to us.
So Murphy-Cowan coming in. That's
straight.
Again.
Straight as a dog.
Beautiful roll siren on the 3/4 time siren, and that's his, what's that? That's his 5th. So 5 goals, 2 to Luke Murphy-Cowan. And at 3/4 time, we see the Penguin Two Blues 4-8-32. 4-8-32. 50 points in arrears of the Ulverstone Robins, who are 12-10-82. 12-10-82. Goal kickers for the Ulverstone men. We've got 5 goals going to Luke Murphy-Cowan. We have 2 to Tristan Downward and 2 to Jet McGurk. Singles to Jackson Blair and also to Bo Nash, to Joel Hennessy, also for the Ulverstone Robins. For the Penguin Two Blues, we have 4 goals, and they're all single goal kickers. They are Dylan Bramwich, who got 1 in the 3rd. 2 in the 2nd went to Tommy Searle, and also 1 went to Tommy Searle and Warwick Purton, and then 1 for Jalen Farrelly, who was our first goal kicker in the first quarter. Well, joining us here at from Wilson Hub Park's home at the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex is the granddaughter. Daughter, my apologies. Daughter of Teddy Howe. And Suze, thank you very much for taking the time to come and have a chat with us. Could you tell us a little bit about Ted?
If he was alive today, he would not be impressed with the game. Not one little bit. Dad always believed you had to kick right down the centre, wasting time, handballing. I hear him every time I come to the games. I hear him growling. But Dad was a great man, and he was so passionate about this football club. And after 6 years in the war, he wanted to join the Penguin Football Club because he played, I think it was with Chudley before he went to the war. And he played for a couple of years, but Dad, he received several war injuries, and he just couldn't play. The next day after playing, he could hardly get out of bed, so he decided that was it. I think he played in a grand final with the Seconds. Yeah, and it affected his sciatica nerve. But anyway, so he thought, what can I do? So he became a trainer. And that's what he did right up to, was it 94 when he fell and broke his hip. And that was the end. He couldn't massage the boys anymore. So I used to bring him along, and I said to him one day, Dad, you know, when you move on in your journey of life, I'm going to... I was always a member, but I'm going to get really involved because the football club was so good to Dad, especially when Mum was dying of motor neurone disease. This was a second home to him. And so he looked at me and he said, you're not going to rub down the players, are you? And I said, certainly not, Dad. It'd be more like feeding them. So I come up with my daughter the Thursday night and we help a group of other people to cook meals, and I just love the place. They're just the best people. The young boys, the young girls, yeah.
What would Dad think of the new precinct as opposed to where they were down on the foreshore?
He was quite okay with that, actually. He was quite okay with it, and I'd have to bring him up in the car, and we'd sit in the car, and he was impressed with it, especially when they named the grandstand after him. But he was a very proud man, but he was never a boastful man. And he said, why would they want to name this grandstand after me? He was just so grateful to come back from the war alive. And so he said he would do everything within the community to help his fellow man. And he actually won 5 life memberships, plus, 6, 7 others across the community. And then he got an, OBE, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so Ted was really ingrained. So what was his role as a serviceman in the war?
He was a sergeant major.
Right.
And he was still that sergeant major until the last few days of his life. He was almost 102. He didn't die of old age. The leg that he still had the shrapnel in started withering up, and it got to the point where he couldn't walk anymore. And he hated that. And he kept getting up and he kept falling over, and he had a front lobal bleed, and he was gone within a few days. But he never took heart pills, never took any medication other than just things for pain, but no, he was just an amazing man, and he has been a great mentor to me. Yeah.
Tonight, when they give out the Ted Howe Award, will you be the person
I always present it?
Yes.
I'm his only living child, but I've asked my nephews if they'd like to do it, but they just say, no, Auntie Susan, you do it. So, and I'm always proud to do it. And I'll probably take my daughter out with me. She likes to come out, yeah.
Well, enjoy the opportunity. Thank you very much for sharing about Ted.
Welcome.
And I still remember him as a player way back when,
yeah.
back in 2003, I think it might have been, 2003, thereabouts, and those nails of Ted would get...
I know. Sometimes I had an injury, and he'd be rubbing me, and I used to be screaming, and Mum would say, Ted, she's your daughter, she's not one of the men.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. So we're back on deck here at Penguin for the final quarter. We're 50 points the difference, the two Blues, in arrears of the Ulverstone Robins. And we thank Sue for taking the time to come and have a chat with us in and around Ted today. Ball's in the hands of Bond, and taken there, were making the smother was Penguin. I think it might have been Glover. Glover follows up, gets the handball out towards Bramage. Bramage to Jackson, and that's in the back according to the No, not in the back. So Clemens receives the free kick, but he turns it over. Blakemore goes inside forward 50.
It's definitely getting slippery out there, X. They're slipping and sliding over and dropping the ball now, so it's going to be a tough last quarter.
Certainly. Flanagan goes wide. Not sure who's got the ball in hand at the moment. I think it might have been Nash. Nash goes wide on the far side of the ground, in front of the scoreboard.
Opportunity for Penguin. Chest mark, got.
And they've got it there. And that's in the capable hands of this young man, Carmichael Peters Chapman.
No, it's Connor Plunkett. I reckon he turns around. I reckon it's number 7. He might get on the scoreboard. No, it is. It's Carmichael Peters Chapman, sorry.
So he's inside the centre square, so he's got quite a run-up. He's going to be kicking from right on the 50-metre arc. Standing the mark, I think might be Jordan Kelly. He goes wide. Yeah, that's not a bad roost.
That's a beautiful kick.
That's a beautiful kick. But it's just gone to the left.
Off to the side.
Yeah, so it's drawn just to the left. And he gets his first score for the evening, which is a behind Gary in the final term.
Ulverstone take it wide again to the ground, to the scoreboard side, and they'll play a short game down that far flank and wing. Try and slow and take a bit of momentum here and slow the game down and get it back on their terms. Oh, they've dropped a mark there. Ollie's dropped that and goes back into the midfield. Comes through Blair, picks it up beautifully, snaps it straight onto his left boot out into the open space. We'll see how Murphy Cohen, he lacks a bit of pace here following out. Farrelly turns the ball back into Blakemore. Blakemore's looking for a player upfield. It goes to Purton. He's been a handy player. Now he goes over his head into Bramage. He misses it. Purton's back in there now working hard for the footy. Gets it out onto his left boot. Needs some runners to push through here to get this handball off Murphy. That was Meyer check. Jackson's got it. He's got to get it out. He swings the boot over. It's play on. Ulverstone comes out now with Hazelwood, and Hazelwood will settle it down. No, it's come through. Pushed outside with Bond. It's backwards and forwards.
Certainly is. Might come into the hands of Flanagan. He might be able to settle it down. He looks for the old one too. He gives it to Hennessy. Throws it on the boot. That's going to be out of bounds on the full. No. They keep the ball in. Glover, he should have taken the mark. Doesn't. The ball goes to ground. Blair gets a further kick towards centre wing position. They're diving on top of the football. A bit like they're on a greasy pole, Gary.
It is. It looks very greasy out there now, and it's very hard to handle, and you give players a lot of credit here at the moment to still continue to attack the footy. They've got to be able to hold their feet.
They certainly do. Ball inside forward 50 now for Ulverstone. He's in a bit of trouble there. That's number 46, I think, for Penguin. I can't quite pick up who that might be. That's Will Dutton, I think it is. And ball's gone out of bounds. And a free kick has been given to McGurk. McGurk goes further down the line.
Oh, that's going to be 50.
Certainly is.
Yes, come with me, son.
And DePoli's going to receive the free kick, and I reckon that'll be out of the goal square.
Yep.
So you can write this one down, Gary?
I think so. That was Cody Bonner give away that 50-metre penalty, and again, it's crucial where your 50-metre penalties when you're inside that forward arc puts you straight in front.
So that's the last thing they need. 49 points is the margin at the moment. It's about to be 55. And this will be his first goal of the game. 1 goal, 2 to Oliver DePoli.
And in the first couple of minutes, great spirit displayed by both teams out here tonight in the last quarter, and a 50-metre penalty results in a goal, and it takes the sting out of Penguin. I think now they've got to work extremely hard. No mistakes, just keep putting pressure on and see if they can kick 2 or 3, 4 more goals for the last quarter and bring this score up a bit.
So 88, 13-10, 88. Ulverstone Robins plays 4-9-33. The Penguin 2 Blues, 55 points to margin. We are coming up to the 5-minute mark of the final term. Spirit is still alive by the Penguin 2 Blues. However, their execution is a little bit wayward.
Yep, it's got to get on the scoreboard.
So away they go. Comes out towards Plunkett. Plunkett still not able to clear the football. His endeavour's excellent. Then comes towards Blakemore. Doesn't have possession of the footy, or does he, umpire? He says he does, so he'll be wrapped up and we'll have a ball up centre of the ground.
This has been an unbelievable contest. The crowd's not dispersing. We have a women's match coming up after this. Been a wonderful crowd, and they've enjoyed the contest, even though the score is getting apart a bit. The contest has been fantastic.
Cruz puts on a big tackle. Ball now comes out to Ethan Jackson, who hasn't stopped trying all day. His kick wasn't to the advantage of Bramage, who falls over himself. They're able to release. They do so through Lillico. Lillico to Flanagan. Flanagan was brought down there by Myercheck. They get the ball back now. They're back to Plunkett. Plunkett to O'Donnell. He just throws it onto the boot to the top of the goal square. He's hoping for a mark and able to take it. Ball to ground. Bo Clemens picks it up. Then it comes out to Myercheck. Myercheck across to a teammate by hand.
And it's a goal.
It is a goal. And that goes to Mr. Peters Chapman. So that's his first for the game. And I like the cut of his jib.
Yep. No,
he's doing all right. And again, There's still a bit of spice in this.
They're enjoying one another's company out there. There's not a lot of 20 minutes left, so they want to get to know one another a bit better, Rex, I think. But that was a great goal again by Carmichael. Picked it up out of a good handball from Myercheck, shot it in and put it through the middle of the sticks. Been some great goals kicked tonight from players from both sides.
49 points the margin here at about the 7-minute mark of the fourth term. It is 5-9-39, the Penguin 2 Blues, Ulverstone Robins 13-10, 88.
Kilby.
So, ball not clear. He gets it this time as Kilby throws on the boot towards centre.
Oh,
forward.
good mark.
Bramich.
Good mark.
Yeah, he needed it. Confidence booster. The kick, though's a poor one.
Yep.
It's a ground grubber. He's asking Myercheck to do something that's almost impossible. Purton follows up, knocks the ball forward. A look at the cleanness here by the Robins, and away they go. And that might, Kenzetsa to DeVries, DeVries to Nash. Nash steps back and then goes by hand. Out further wide. Ball in the hands of Quayle, the captain. He goes further afield, and he's looking for Cruz. Young fella there, number 32, couldn't quite work it downward, and able to take the ball. Ball now back towards half forward for the Penguin 2 Blues. Good defensive effort on Searle was Bowen Clemens with a great tackle.
Yep, good result for Ulverstone there. Hold it up on the 50-metre line on the far side of the ground for a ball up.
Ball down, and then they release to the Penguin. The Ulverstone Robins up towards centre wing. Blair in a contest, loses it, gets his hand back on the pill, and away they go, the Robins now. Look at that, that's clean. Inside forward 50 to the advantage of Murphy Cohen, but he's beaten to it there by Farrelly. Farrelly, his handball goes back. He'll get the old 1-2. He's under pressure from Bond, but he's got enough speed and guile in order to be able to find the target, and that's Lockie Blakemore at centre half forward. He doesn't waste any time. He wheels around onto his right boot. He's looking for, not quite finding Bramich. They were able to release through Hazelwood, but this kick goes out of bounds on the full. Kick will be taken here by, I think, Purton.
Yes, Purton.
I would have put it in the hands of Peters Chapman, but anyway.
Goes
That's
short.
a good kick. And he hits up a leading Tommy Searle.
One thing that stood out back there, Rex, Farrelly and I think it was Plunkett working that ball up against three Ulverstone players, only two there. It's the numbers game at the moment, and Penguin are working very, very hard. And sort of the support, the run and support. Ulverstone been a little bit better than Penguin at doing that tonight. It'll be interesting with Searle lining up. I think he's only got one, has he, tonight so far?
Certainly has. So this is
kickable for him
in the second quarter. So one goal and one out of bounds on the full. That's a bad miss.
That's come off the side of the boot.
He's moving the football too much.
Come off the side of the boot. And main thing, the young fella keeps a bit of confidence up and keeps going for that ball. It was a beautiful lead and a good pass into him.
Well, they might get another opportunity here with a poor kick in. Out to Bramich. Takes on two. Gets the handball back to Myercheck. Oh, no, it's not Myercheck.
Is it Dutton?
Could be Dutton.
Oh, there's a free. No.
Myercheck there in the marking contest. Back to Purton. Purton's handball, though, only releases the Robins, and it's in the hands of Bond. His kick goes further afield. Yeah, it was good defence. Who was that lunging for the two Blues?
Joel O'Donnell. Good defence. Made up some ground to come across and punch the ball out and get it out of bounds.
Yeah, he's actually quite quick, Joel O'Donnell. Yep. So one of his assets.
Look where Jackson Blair's standing here. No one with him.
Almost gets his hands on the pill. They kick it inside forward 50. That was off the boot of guard. Two Blues. Blair. Going down there was DeVries.
What we found, a ball up.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have another ball up. Much better pressure, though, by the Penguin 2 Blues forwards.
Yeah, and a good umpiring by the umpires here at the moment, not letting it go on and on and on in these slippery conditions, and I think it protects the players and make quick decisions.
Flanagan. Kicking to space. No one at home. So they're going to mop up the 2 Blues. They go out wide. Why you would do that, I'm not quite sure. I would have thought you'd go back through the middle, to be honest. Nonetheless, Robins are able to repel, and they are in possession. Scoreboard side of the ground. They've got some numbers here too. Away they go. They're going to get it into the hands of, is that DeVries? I think it is, and goes further afield to Nash by hand. Good hit up lead. Is that McGurk?
I think it is. If he spins around, no.
Number 7, I think. No, 31, Jordan Kelly.
Jordan Kelly.
So Jordan Kelly will be getting a shot on goal.
Yep.
He's showing a little bit today, been a late in.
Yeah.
Jordan Kelly.
Been useful and has got, when the ball's in his area, he's made sure he's worked to get that ball or made sure there's pressure on the opposition. If he gets this, a bit of icing on the cake for Jordan. It looks beautiful off
That's
the
a
boot.
good kick. Oh, no, might have gone across. No.
Yes.
Jordan Kelly gets another one. So, I know that's his first for the game, but it's another one to the total score. He's kicked 1 goal, 2. Well done to the young man.
Ulverstone are creeping away a little bit here now, and it's just their cleanliness, as you said before, the cleanliness of ball use, running power, and kicking to players out on their own and not into pack situations, making great use of the footy. And it's absolutely shown a clean pair of heels in the level that they can project that ball from one end of the ground to the other.
14-10-94, the Robins. 54 points in arrears of the Penguin 2 Blues, 5-10-40. So we're coming up to about halfway into the final term. We have to start thinking, Gary, about who would be receiving the medals for Ulverstone. So that'll be the Pearson medal and the Howe medal for the 2 Blues here tonight.
It'll be an interesting decision for the judges, won't it?
That's Murphy Cohen with his left boot. And I think
That's
it might have
gone
gone through, but it's been touched. So it is a rush behind.
Gee, it's dangerous. Ulverstone's Fordlam and Braden DeVries can rest down there.
They're big boys, the 3 of them, aren't
Yeah,
they?
there's some power there. You put Murphy, Cohen, Braden and Bryce somewhere out in this ground. There's some power boys out there, isn't there?
Certainly is. Must be something in the water. I'm not impressed with, mate. Anyway, line check. Is that a free kick? No, he gets the ball to Purton. Ooh, wrapped up in a tackle, losing the football was Dutton. So they're able to mop up. That goes through to Vries, Jonty variety. He goes to Nash. Nash fills it further afield to Poley. Poley goes wide. And it's hard to pick up over that far side of the ground. Who's got the football in hand at the moment?
They're just playing with it at the moment, Ulverstone. They probably have no need to go wide. They could go straight through the middle and get the required result, I believe.
And that's a good intercept mark there by Penguin. Across half back, far side of the ground. Is that Van Essen? It might be. It is.
Yeah.
Almost been called to play on. His kick was almost smothered. They win the footy back through Quayle. Getting his hands on the football and releasing. Comes out towards Flanagan. Flanagan knocks the ball forward. They're just taking ground. Comes to Topoli. Kick to Murphy Cohen. Misses the football. Ball's going to be released here. Farrelly almost got his hands on it. And they do so, Penguin.
Drops it.
Drops an absolute sitter. It was Kilby. Then goes Blair. Diving on it. Ball goes further afield. Comes back out towards Ulverstone. Is that Quayle that gets his boot to ball? And it comes inside forward 50, and the mark has been taken by the Ulverstone Robins.
It's not DeVries, is it Nash?
No, it's not Nash.
Or is it Kelly again?
No, it's Mr. Todman, 25.
You'll make the most of this. I don't think you'll let this one go through for a point.
There's his father, Marcus.
Yep.
So this is the X-Man, Xavier. Having a shot on goal, coming from North Launceston and then Devonport. Marcus, Todd. Xavier. Oh, he's missed. The left footer. So Xavier Todman, first score for the game.
See the coach down on the line congratulating his players as they're doing their interchange. Nash comes off and you put Bond back on. What a great role to be able to do that in this side.
Well, that's a luxury.
Yeah,
no doubt. Well earned though. He's done his apprenticeship as Troy Super Davies over the journey.
Yes.
Multiple times at Ulverstone. And then also out at Latrobe.
Yes.
And that kick has landed into the hands of DeVries.
Braden DeVries, I would believe.
Just need to... Could even be Dawson.
No, Dawson's still down in the centre square. And they're picking him up. If he kicks a point, it won't matter, X.
No, it was Kelly. And was it out of bounds on the full?
No flags.
No flag. I think it might have been out of bounds on the full.
Yep.
So I think that might have been Kelly, Jordan Kelly. And with that out of bounds on the full, that's one goal, 2, and an out of bounds on the full. The ball comes back in towards the
Vries.
De Vries, yeah.
Spins them around.
Oh, that's holding the football umpire, incorrect disposal. Nonetheless, they're able to release this Penguin. Ball comes out wide. Has it gone across the boundary line? I think it has. Yes. And we'll get a boundary throw in.
The 16-minute mark, if I can see correctly here, and I think it's going to be tough for Penguin to get another 2 or 3 goals on the board, but they've got to keep fighting away. Kilby.
Show a bit of that Anzac spirit. Hennessy, by foot, inside forward 50. Oh, good pickup. No, the release was no good. And that was McDonald. Ball's still in play. Released by hand.
If it can't.
Yep, but he's not going anywhere. And then, according to Hingston, that's holding the football.
Probably deliberately took it over the boundary line, I suppose, under the current rule.
Yes, that is definitely the case in this instance. But
had no other option next, did he?
No. They transfer the play over the far side of the ground. O'Donnell. Wide.
Burton still working hard over there. Pushes right up the ground in front of the scoreboard. Unfortunately, again, 1 on 2 or 3 of Ulverstone players.
That they are. Quayle jumping in there. A good tackle been applied. Quayle again feeds it back out. Gives to McGurk across the body. Oh, good man. That's strong underneath the football and taking a solid mark.
Got a clip under the ear for his work, I reckon.
Yeah, when one of the Penguin defenders, again, they can't pick them up.
Oh, turnover. And slip through the legs.
Away they go. There's Penguin. And they've got a clean set of hands and feet. And it might just land here for Jace Little. No, he drops what he should have taken. Gets the ball back. Gives it to
Dutton.
He's Dutton. Dutton's kick inside forward 50, not to the advantage of his teammate. Nonetheless, he's last to the dance and gets a hand to it. Ball is then ricocheted and comes out, lands into the hands now by foot of Taj Lillicoat. That might have come from Hazelwood. So Lillicoat, centre wing position. Good mark, Todman. Centre wing, with a footer, the X-Man. Wheels around. Kicks not to the advantage of anyone though. And standing there taking the mark, I think that might have been Ethan Jackson.
Yeah, uncontested mark.
Goes short.
Looking for somebody to move up here for Penguin. There's not a lot of options being presented.
For Parsons?
No. Dutton, I'd say. Good lead into centre wing. Spins.
He presents well. Young fella. Kicks towards centre forward. Unable to take the mark. Out is Tommy Parsons. Ball goes to ground. He goes and picks it back up. There's Tommy. Picks it up again by hand. Oh,
Plunkett.
Good. Gives it to Plunkett. Shrugs off a tackle. Goes across the body.
That's
not a bad-looking effort.
That's it. Well, off the side. I could have swore that was a goal, Xavier.
Yeah. I was with you there. Nonetheless, according to the umpire, and as it's either shaved at the post as it's gone across the top of it, or to the right-hand side.
Good grab. No, dropped.
No mark. Ball to ground. Tommy Searle on top of it. Flanagan on top of him. Mr. Hingston will do the balling up. What are we time-wise? Almost 21 minutes.
Shouldn't be a lot of time on. Not a lot of goals kicked for this last quarter, and I reckon the players would gladly see the end of it. It's slippery. It's sliding around. They're still having a fair dinkum crack when it's in their area, though, Xavier.
Certainly are. 3 goals for the quarter. 2-1 in favour of Ulverstone. No mark there to Clemens. Ball to ground. And we're going to have another ball up.
See whether Penguin can make something of this. There's a clean hit out. Kilby.
So Kilby versus Cruz. Cruz wins it down. They try and push it forward. That was through Kelly.
Yep.
Gets his boot to ball. And then it's in. Who's got the football now? It's a race on. No one able to take the mark. And that's a good mark there by Kelly. He hands it to Hennessy from outside 50. Kicks it to
Yeah.
the goal square, but it's a rush behind, and Murphy Cohen's not happy with that. And so he shouldn't be, because that was selfish
Murphy
by the young
Cohen
man.
got goal side of Sammy Mitchell then, and could have been put into his advantage.
That's right. So it's moments like these where you can practice that when you're under, for later in the year when your finals pressure, Gary.
Yes, for sure. They can really make some inroads into practicing and using that position, that running, because they're under no pressure of losing this game. Ulverstone got themselves into a great position, started the game well, and just continued to put the pressure on and pressure, and made the most use of going forward to the goals.
Jackson to O'Donnell. O'Donnell comes wide. I think that might have been Burton. And that goes, he's kick. Was it Dutton, was it?
Yep.
Over the top of Dutton. And then we come out here, and Bo Clemens gets it to Hennessy, whips it across his left boot, under duress.
Jackson looking for Kilby, goes straight through. No, it was Burton.
And there goes Flanagan. Flanagan gives it by hand out to Nash. Said heaps of the footy is Nash. Wouldn't be dicking around with it though, son. Moving it forward. There's Flanagan. Look at the run by Flanagan. Liam Flanagan. He's going to be one of the boys one would think that would be a certainty for the NWFL squad at least. De Vries kicks inside forward 50. That's to the advantage of the player that fell to the ground. That might have been Kelly. And it's gone through for another rush behind. So that's their third rush behind this quarter, Gary.
He's presented himself really well, Kelly, up there. He could be an option for the Ulverstone selectors going forward and might become a permanent place in this side, because he has created some space. And on a normal day, he would have grabbed them.
Jackson hasn't stopped showing that endeavour, leading from the front all day. Glover pushing his opponent over the football. Goes back and tries to mop up. His teammate's hurt. Can't pick up who that is.
Cody Bonner, is it? Or,
no, it's Van Essen, I think.
Van Essen might be kicked on the hand or in the shoulder area by the look of it.
Yeah.
Holding up, hopefully there's nothing wrong, because he's an important player for Penguin. Comes back out. And our favourite player there picks the ball up. That's been spent a bit of time off the ground. Is it Mickey Linane?
Yeah, there he is, the tip rat. He wants to munch on something.
Fair in front of goal.
Well, he hasn't had the best of nights as Mickey Linane. 3 kicks, 1 behind, and I think that's another behind.
Yeah,
Ulverstone's been a little bit wayward.
A bit wasteful in this last quarter compared to the first 3, Xavier, and they'll do some work, I reckon, through the week. 14-14 is the score that Ulverstone have had kicked at.
Yeah, 99 plays 41, so we're out to a 58-point margin. So almost literally 10 goals. So Ulverstone firing a shot here on the Central Coast. They want to be the dominant team that can take it up to Devonport and Wynyard, who are sitting atop of the table at the moment. Penguin coming on board now into the hands of Carmichael Peters Chapman. He goes wider to Jackson. Jackson now goes up towards centre forward. Not taking the mark, and should have been, was Tommy Parsons. Bond releases. They come out wide to Hennessy. Hennessy now. Good kick inboard. Number 32, I think that was Downward.
Yep.
Downward's kick inside forward 50, though, is going to be mopped up by Penguin. Farrelly on the last line of defence. Steps one way, decides to go the other. Across the face of goal. And on the scoreboard side, I think there might be DeGroot out there. Not wearing the long sleeves today.
It's incredible the amount of spare players Ulverstone create through this midfield of the ground. When they win the turnover, there's just options everywhere.
Blakemore brings the footy back across goal. I'm not exactly sure why you're doing that, son. You're asking your teammate to do something where he didn't necessarily need to do. Nonetheless, he puts himself underneath it. Self-sacrifice. Comes back out to McGurk from De Vries, and there we go. Plugger.
A big fella
Luke
again.
Murphy, Cohen. So he's going to be shooting for goal.
Takes a comfortable chest mark.
That's it. Oops. And he'll take a comfortable chest mark and shot on goal. 58 points to margin. We are 26 minutes in. Final turn. 99 plays 41. Let's see what the big fella can do. Very deliberate in his approach, Gary.
Yeah.
Ball will be over his kicking leg. Goes around to the right. Draws it. unfortunately too much.
His numbers are not good tonight now, Xavier. And I noticed Braden DeVries is just coming off the ground, and I would imagine he'll stay there for the rest of the night. Had a great cricketing experience when he went away with the Indigenous side and scored 130-plus runs. Multi-talented sportsperson Braden is.
Ball comes in by Penguin, out towards grandstand side of the ground. Glover's a target. It's been quiet in this final term. Spicy early. They pick up and release. That's through the services of Hazelwood.
Nice.
Lands in DeVries' hands. Big Brycey.
He'll play on.
Cohen. He goes around the body. Certainly he won't miss
Oh,
that.
he's hit the post, has he?
Oh, no, they're conferring. So I'm not sure whether it hit the post. Oh, he's putting his arms up. He's not sure.
Hit the post.
Yeah, it's hit the post.
He could have had a 10-goal haul, I reckon, by the time the night finishes. He must have now. What's he got
That's
now?
nine shots on goal. 9 shots on goal by the big fella for 5 goals for.
Still a great effort on a night game, first night game for the season. Which is all over.
And that's it. 5-11-41 plays 14-17-101. Had they been more accurate, Gary, the scoreboard may have been much more dangerous, but it's a 10-goal margin. Our goal kickers for the Penguin men are all single goal kickers. One in the first to Jalen Farrelly. There were 2 in the second, 1 to Warwick Purton and 1 to Tommy Searle. In the third, there was 1 to Dylan Bramich, and their only goal kicker in the final term went to Carmichael Peters Chapman, all single goal kickers. For the Ulverstone men, 5 goals for to Luke Murphy-Cowan. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 2 goals, respectively, to Jet McGurk, both in the first half. And Tristan Dowan, 1 in the first and 1 in the third. Single goal kickers were Bo Nash, Oliver Topoli, Jackson Blair, Joel Hennessy, and Jordan Kelly. For mine, Gary, before we get you to do a bit of a synopsis and some of our better players, then possibly pick our Pearson and Howe medalists. For the Penguin players, I think Lockie Blakemore was good across 4 quarters. He gave great effort. Leading from the front was Ethan Jackson. I thought he was absolutely outstanding tonight, except for his disposal. Nonetheless, it's always under pressure. Van Essen, the captain, was good, but he's battling injury. There's no doubt about that. He pops up every now and again. That's Warwick Purton, but his endeavour's excellent. Just needs to be a little bit more silky. Jordan Glover in the first half and up somewhat in the third term was also very good. Tommy Searle leads up, but he doesn't convert, so that's something that he's got to focus upon. Tommy Parsons had his time in the sun, 4 parts of the centre square and around the ground. And one kid I didn't mention was Carmichael Peters Chapman. I like that kid. I think in particular his second and fourth quarters really showed the capacity that lies within. For the Ulverstone men, I thought Jet McGurk was also a good, strong target up forward. Got a lot of the footy across half forward. Just needs to convert a little bit better, but he brings players into the game. I like what Liam Flanagan can do across half back. Owen Clemens, I love the way in which he competes. Doesn't mind a rib tickle or 2. Nash and Topoli were also very strong contributors through the middle. Murphy Cohen obviously up front. Ethan Bond at times throughout the course of the game. And then you've got the DeVries boys, the Bradens, the Bryces. Those 2 boys in particular really stood up throughout the course of the game and threw their weight around along with Jonty. Jordan Quayle's got a bit of a lean streak to him as the captain and leads from the front. How did you see it, Gary? And our better players for each side.
Yeah, I think Ulverstone just a complete exhibition of football and team football. Well drilled, well skilled, a good fitness level. Continue to take the game on. Not forced to go to a short game or wide game. Knew when to go wide, knew when to change the shape of their game and change directions. Very confident taking the ball through the midfield and getting into the centre. Knew when to use the long option. So I thought they played extremely well across the 4 quarters and really never probably had a passenger, I don't believe, in the side. Penguin, a spirited effort by Penguin. I think they're the follow-on. They seem to find themselves 1 on 3 or 4 at times and seem to have Ulverstone 3 or 4 out in open space. So it's that ability to keep pushing to where the contest where you need to be, or the ability to win the ball and create the contest and hold it up so you can win it back. They could have made more options up forward and missed a few options which would have kept them in the game, but I don't believe towards the end that it would have made any difference to this game at all. Best players, Penguin, Blakemore started off really well. Ethan, absolutely got in the spots to win the ball, but at times he can't be at both ends. He needs to be forward and taking that ball from this forward 50 zone into the full forward zone and further up the line instead of cross half back. Need to get sort of into more dangerous places. I was impressed with young Parsons at times against the bigger and more experienced opponents, and continues to come up. But he'll learn from these games. There's no doubt about that. I thought O'Donnell and Farrelly was okay at times. The way the ball was going into that forward half of Ulverstone, it's extremely difficult to defend. So I think they stood up. There's some great, as I said all year, there is some great junior players, young players, 18 to 21-year-olds playing footy in the NWFL. So come along and watch them. I think Purton really did present himself, but found himself again 1 on 2 or 3 at times. And we know with Warwick, when the ball hits the ground, hasn't got brilliant pace, so he needs somebody whipping past him or whipping through to help him out. And I think he's still an important player up forward for Penguin. And actually, if he could have got on the scoreboard a bit earlier, he'd been right. The best, Tommy Searle, these sort of guys, they'll get better and better. They're only youngins. They're only 19 or so they'll get better and better. And the more footy they play, the better they'll get. You're right with Glover. He had a standout patch there for a couple of quarters. Absolutely, the most dangerous player across the half line. Ulverstone, where do you go? As I said, the complete package. I love Nash and Dipoli, and it looks like
number 23,
Geordie Kelly, is it? No.
Jordan Quayle,
the captain, has been awarded the Pearson Best Player.
So Jordan Quayle receives the Pearson medal. Oh no, so that's the team.
That's the, yep.
That was the cup.
Yep. It'll be interesting because they could take 5 or 6. Bo Nash. Incredible, played unbelievably last week and was followed on to see him in great form in a couple of weeks against opposition. He's coming up against good opposition. He's another player I think we'll see representing the NWFL on the rep side before too long. Congratulations, Bo. Penguin could go to one of the young ones.
I agree.
It was great to hear from Susan at 3/4 time. Xavier, incredible person. Susan got her dad stamped all over it.
Those kind eyes, Gary.
Yes. Ethan's giving Brian the knee.
Jalen Farrelly.
Early in the game, Jalen did stand out for Penguin, won the ball quite easily and used pace to take it up the ground. But again, these players have got to get support from the rest of their teammates to make sure they string 4 quarters together. I don't think anybody would be disappointed with Jalen taking home the Ted Howe medal tonight.
So our medalists were as follows. Ted Howe, medalist from Penguin, so that went to Jalen Farrelly, number 11 for the Ulverstone men. That went to Bo Nash, who won the Pearson medal, and Lee Pearson presenting that, and taking the cup was Jordan Quayle from the captain of the Ulverstone Football Club. Quick update with regards to the games around the grounds, Gary, at East Devonport. I think it's full-time. 1 goal straight, East Devonport Swans, 17-28, 130, the Devonport Magpies. As I mentioned previously, at Latrobe, it was Latrobe Demons, 5-8-38 to Burnie, 9-12-66, so getting on the scoreboard, or getting the 4 points for the first time this year, so that's a good win by them. And going on their merry way at the moment is last year's runners-up, the Wynyard Cats. They had a thumping win of 102 points, 18-20, 128 to the Wynyard Cats. Circular Head Saints 3-8-26.
They'd be disappointed down there, I think, at Circular Head tonight.
And certainly. So Wynyard still out in front after 3 games with 3 wins. Devonport have 2 in second position at the moment. So that'll be updated, one would imagine, over the course of the weekend. You can see the mist starting to roll in now for the women's game. We're going to take a quick break here from Wilson Park home at the Dole Park Regional Sports Complex, and we'll be up shortly for the match, the Anzac Day match between the Penguin Two Blues and the Ulverstone Robins.